Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Mr. Hollywood.
What's up, Prime Time? What's up, big baby? How you
What's
doing,
going
big
on?
fella?
Hanging in there, man. How you doing?
Yeah, I get to pop a top with you, man. It's coconut water, absolutely.
Coconut water?
It's horrible, man. I hate
I was gonna say that
water.
stuff is nasty. I drank it once and I
Bro,
never got it again.
it's really good for you, but it's absolutely horrible. But I
I
drink
would
it
I would
for
try
you,
to like
though.
blend that with something else, make like a smoothie out of it or
Well,
something.
I just kind of just go for the go.
All right, so we got Tuesday show after a loss. Never really know what to expect. These shows can get a little bit wild at times. Matt, if you want to call in, link is posted. I don't recall seeing you in the lobby last week. We said we would have brought you right on. So if you want to call in, feel free.
Yeah, please come on, Matt.
Also,
You know,
go
Zach
ahead.
fan, Zach from last night, please call in.
And to
Feel
that,
free.
Zach, that was the winner of our ticket raffle. So he reached out. He wants to donate the tickets. We want to make sure they go to somebody that could actually go to the game, either a kid, somebody that's never been to a game before. So right now I got two people that I know that, and again, this is only for people that join the raffle. We're not accepting new entries. But there are two people that reached out. Mike, his brother, and his father. They've never been to a game. They live an hour from Buffalo. And then R. Hoffman. He says his father-in-law is a Buffalo fan who he would love to just take to his funeral. That was his quote. So right now, those are the two that I have. If anybody else joined the raffle that could actually make it out to the game, you're in the Buffalo area or you have a way of getting there, I'll have Zach come on later and he'll choose a winner out of those people.
And big up to Zach, bro. Listen, man. That is such a class act, bro. Really amazing job. And prime time, man. What you coming up with this, bro, and just getting this done, bro. Like put it together in a little bit of time, bro. Like big ups to you, bro, and just giving
big ups to Dino. Big ups to Dino for donating the tickets. And big
absolutely,
ups to everybody
man,
that participated,
absolutely.
man. The support was just incredible.
It's beautiful, man, that some kid gets to wake up with probably their first Jets jersey or just a Jets jersey. So that's the biggest. I don't know what, bro.
And I got a few extra surprises too. I started posting it on my social media, like on my personal, just to say thank you to everybody. And I had a few people reach out. A phys ed teacher who's got Jets Play 60 jerseys and some Jets football. So we're gonna have like a tons of shit to drop off this weekend.
That's
so it's really cool.
That's cool.
We'll say what's up to Elmo. Say what's up
what
to the
up,
chat real
Elmo?
quick.
What up, chat? Everybody doing? What's up, balls?
Any going to be at the game this weekend? That's what we're trying to figure out. What else we got? Chat's going quick. What's up, Bubs?
All
right, so we will start bringing people on right away. I'm probably not going to post the link anytime after like 9 o'clock tonight. This isn't going to be like a 3-hour show. I think I said everything I had to say last night. There's only so much we can go back and forth with Mike White and Zach Wilson. But again, anything you guys want to talk about from the quarterback position to playoffs, feel free. So we will kick it off with an old-time leadoff hitter, your best friend.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, what's going on, man?
What's going on? How you guys doing tonight?
Been better, man. How you doing?
Doing all right. Hello to everyone in the chat. Hello, Elmo. Hello to everyone. I hope everyone's all doing well. Happy early holidays to everybody out there. Yeah, still almost getting over this loss against Minnesota on Sunday. But before I talk about the Minnesota game, I'm just going to be very honest and very quick in saying this. Mike White, going forward with how he's played the last 2 weeks, should be the quarterback. Hello, Elmo, again.
So are you saying he should be the quarterback for the rest of the year or just the next 2 weeks? And if he plays bad, then you go back to Zach?
For the rest of the year. For the rest of the year, unless like, let's say if he gets hurt.
I mean, you know what, Steve? I mean, I'm gonna have to agree with you a little bit, and I think that everybody's just getting to the point. Listen, I'm not gonna tell anybody to think or feel how you feel about Mike White. I'm just saying that just breaking it down, looking at it, he gives us the best chance to win. So having a guy that gets you the best chance to win when you're in the playoff race is probably the best thing to do.
Yeah,
I'm looking at it like everyone gets this everyone gets this thing that if you root for Mike White, then you're going against Zach, and it's not about going against Zach. I think when Zach was our quarterback, I think the problem was we were a one-dimensional team, which we
Yeah.
ran the ball. We ran the ball. That's all we could really do. I think with Mike, you have a chance to run the ball, also be able to throw the ball down the field, and that's the most important thing. If you want to win, you got to be competitive. Like going into Buffalo this week. You think they were going to allow us to do the same thing we did last game? It wasn't going to happen. They're going to adjust to that and take that away. So, I agree
Yeah,
with that.
no, Tyrone, you just made some good points because of what Mike White has done. Because comparing to when you look at what Mike White has done and what Zach Wilson hasn't done, what Mike White has done, he's involving every player in the offense, from Uzama to Conklin to Bam Knight to Carter, even though he didn't play last week. Corey Davis, Denzel Mims. The thing is, I mean, that's what Zach wasn't doing a lot, because Zach was always like looking for like the same players over and over again. But what Mike White is doing is he's using all different players on the offense. Like, that's what you got to do. Like, get everyone involved with the ball.
Well, I think that's just him being able to get rid of the ball quickly and read defenses. I think Zach, especially the last couple of games, he was just he was in his own head. I mean, it was mental at that point. He wasn't trusting what he was seeing. He was missing open receivers, and then you factor in the accuracy issues. Like there were a number of things that were going wrong. And I think you see it from the players too.
Yeah.
Like the support that the players have for Zach right now, or I'm sorry, for Mike White. You can't just bench him like that.
I know.
It doesn't make any sense.
I want to just go over some clips from the game, just a few clips from the game. But I want your honest opinion about this. Yeah. The first one, the Jordan Whitehead penalty when he hit Justin Jefferson. Even though Jefferson caught the ball, got the first down, Jordan Whitehead gets called for a bad penalty. I got to tell you something right now. I thought that penalty was bullshit. That was such a clean hit. Like, I don't understand, like how these NFL players are not allowed to hit anymore. Like I understand that the league wants to be very, very protective, but it's like the league is not letting the players have fun. I remember just after when Minnesota got that touchdown, one of the Bills players, what's his name, Jordan Poyer, if you guys saw on Twitter, he actually commented about Whitehead's penalty, and he called out the referees for that and literally said that was a bullcrap penalty.
Steve, I actually agree with you, Steve. I think this off season they're gonna have to come up with a better way of designing that, because I think what happens is his head was up a little bit, Steve. I think that was the thin line. But
Tyrone, we just lost Tyrone.
Hey, well, there was a question for you. Oh wait, he's back just without any light. There you go.
Yeah. No, what I was saying is, how do you stop somebody going full speed? And being able to just change your thing. And he led with his shoulder, but I think what happens is a lot of times is the receiver drops his head. So
and his head snaps back too, so it looks like it looks like a headshot.
So and then that was one play to talk about. Then it was at the end of the game. At the end of the game, the first time when it was before we got the ball one more time, the 4th and 1 play. Do you guys feel that Mike White should have quarterback sneaked it into the end zone instead of like trying to go for a play action pass?
I was screaming for the Jets to do a quarterback sneak.
Once they got it to the
1 yard line, it already worked. You have 3 plays.
Yep.
You do 3 quarterback draws. That is your best chance. You get a whole bunch of linemen behind Mike White, and you push him in the end zone.
Yeah, and the thing was like even give Zonovan Knight another chance. I mean, listen, I did like the first 2 plays where Zonovan Knight. I did like the first 2 plays. I didn't like the last 2 plays.
Yep.
And let me tell you.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I think that, listen, I was really shocked that he didn't try to run the ball with Bam, or trying the quarterback sneaking, or even trying to bring one of those big defensive linemen in, let them be a fullback and go that way. But that was that kind of game, though, Steve. Like, I think our OC really he started overthinking things, because what Salah said, if you watched his comments after the thing, he said that I wanted him to go with his best play. If that was your best play, I didn't like that being his best play.
Yeah,
like
I did. Salah, for the first time, Tyrone, and if you did watch Salah's press conference too, because I remember listening to that, Saleh, this was finally the first time where I saw a coach from I think the last time it happened when we had Rex Ryan. Saleh was so emotional after that game. He wanted that game so bad, and he I thought at first he was almost going to go into tears, almost like what Rex Ryan did a few years ago. The first game.
I think it was who was it, Costello today, that just talked about the locker room being so much different. Or it might have been Samini compared to like the Baltimore loss, where the expectation was, all right, we're still a young team, we're rebuilding, we just want to be competitive, to where it was on Sunday where like they expected to win that game. They were pissed off that they didn't win that game. Like that's the expectation now.
Yeah. Let me tell you now.
They're a young team learning how to close too, though. You know what I'm saying? They're still learning how to close, and I think that's the biggest thing with it.
Let me tell you guys, this past Sunday we were so close. But the one thing that I did love about the game on Sunday, even though we lost, we put up a really good fight against a good team. And listen, you want to be it like Tyrone. I remember when you said earlier in the year you wanted to see this team be competitive and be in these kind of games. And you know what? We were in that game. Even when we were down 20-6 at halftime. I mean, the one thing I remember, John Franklin Myers said this: we have to be a better team in the first half, because the second quarter was the worst quarter they played in that game. The second quarter they played flat as a pancake. I mean, the first quarter was good, was good. The third quarter they dominated, and the fourth quarter, the only bad thing that happened in that fourth quarter was after we got that other field goal was when we let Minnesota take the ball down the field. And DJ Reed, and I'm even glad that DJ Reed admitted that he messed up on that coverage on Jefferson.
And you almost give the defense a pass. Like they've been so dominant late in games, closing out games this year, especially over the last number of weeks. Like that's been their bread and butter. The second half of games, closing out games. Yeah. So I mean, they gave up one touchdown drive. Jets got it right back, and then the defense still gave them the ball 2 more times with a chance to win it.
So guys, let me ask you guys this quick question: how confident are you about going up into Buffalo this Sunday?
Oof. It's gonna be tough, man. It's gonna be tough. They have revenge on their mind. I mean, they got a chance to create some distance in the division. If Miami loses to the Chargers, they'd have a 2-game lead. It's gonna be tough, man. Buffalo is a tough place to play. We've been out there. It's a crazy environment.
No, it's just listen. I think it's gonna be a close game, but as of right now, listen. I want to see the Jets win. I know it's a must-win game for the Jets. I think it's gonna be a close game, but I think for this game, I might have to give the edge to Buffalo just because it's in a hostile environment. And as you mentioned, Kevin, they're going to be looking for revenge against us. But you know what? We're going to see what happens on Sunday. And hopefully, as you said, of how this team was really pissed off after that game in Minnesota, we'll see if it brings some fire into that game in Buffalo.
I want to say this right here. Last night, I wanted to say that I thought the Jets would beat Buffalo. I'm going to say this. Buffalo is a really good football team. And I think that with Von Miller being out, I think we should be able to run the football against them. I think they're going to come out. They're going to be very aggressive. So I think the difference maker in this game is going to be 2 things. Our offensive line protecting, giving Mike White time. And I think Josh Allen. I think Josh Allen's going to try to run the ball more. I think they hit a lot more open lanes last game. He realized that. And I think that when he doesn't have it, he wants to run. I think they got to key into that. I think the biggest problem with us is a lot of times we find ourselves going with the same game plan that we had success with. In a team like Buffalo, you cannot do that because it'll be a long day. I honestly, in prime time, I'm gonna get killed for saying this. But why do I feel like we're the better football team than Buffalo? Like, why do I feel that? Why do I feel like we're the better team? Like they got a better quarterback.
No, you can't.
I just feel that way though. But I feel that
they've been doing it for too long. Where you're like, you can't replace that experience, the chemistry that Diggs and Allen have, like all that stuff.
No. With the injuries right now, like this is a game that we should win. Correct? I mean, did you feel that way?
No,
because I do.
No. They're 9.5-point underdogs. It's not a game they should win.
Yeah. Also, another thing,
it would be nice if they win it, but
2 things. I also want to thank you guys again for the shirt. I love the shirt, and the shirt is awesome. And just to let you guys know, if you'll be there for the Detroit game, I'll be there for the game against Detroit the following weekend.
Sounds good. I'll definitely be there. So we'll see you then, man.
Hey guys, listen, thank you so much. I'll let you guys slide. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
You too, man. Have a good night.
Bro.
All right, we actually got through a cold Steve. Very little controversy. All right, we'll go right back to the chat real quick. So, BYU fan, I mean, you pretty much answered your own question here. Why do you think Mike White gets to throw the ball 50 times and Zach only 15? maybe completing passes has
Hey,
something to do with that. I
yo,
mean, it's
BYU
crazy,
fan, yo,
but
bro, just come on, bro.
the
Yo,
link's there,
just come
man.
on.
I'll post it again.
Yo,
And again,
just come on, bro.
we're not going to be mean to you. We're not going to bully you. If you've
Nah,
got
bro.
if
Listen,
you've
man.
got a legitimate opinion
Yo,
on why it's in the
we
best
we
interest for
always
Zach to
gonna
start,
listen and
like
respect
feel
you,
free to
bro.
hop
It's
on, man.
nothing like that.
And there was a comment from Trav. I really don't think the Jets are even in that game in the second half if Zach Wilson's out there. I don't think he's
Nah,
leading
not
that
at all.
comeback. He's not throwing
Yo,
for
listen.
360 yards.
See, this is the problem I have, man, and this is what we've been arguing about, and I'm kind of getting tired of talking about it. But this is the whole point. When Zach was in there, we were a run-first team because we had to be.
Yeah.
I think with Mike White, you have a better chance to throw the ball down the field and run the ball. I think we
Your
got to get a
entire
little more
playbook is open with
balance.
Mike White.
Absolutely, and
With Zach,
listen,
they were
it's not
one-handed.
it's not saying that Zach won't grow into a great quarterback one day, but when you are limited with your quarterback not being able to function and run your offense the way it's supposed to, or to make the checkdowns or the easy throws, that's very difficult to win in this league. And yeah, he was 5-2, despite him playing the way he did. That defense and then Brees Hall was the reason that we got to where we got to. Like, I'm not diminishing his accomplishments, but if you're being realistic and you're looking at it, you can't say that Zach gives us the best chance to win in any scenario. It just hasn't happened. It's not that I don't want it. It's just the truth. So why would you punish the 52 other people who worked their tails off all season long because your quarterback's not ready? That doesn't make any sense. It's not fair, and it's very dismissive to everyone else that's fighting. You know what I'm saying?
No, I completely hear you, man. All right, so going right back to the calls. Got Bubs.
How's it going?
What's going on, Bubs? How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks for hopping on. What are your thoughts
Yeah,
on the game?
I mean, I'm bummed that we didn't win. I mean, it's just unfortunate. To get all the way to the 1 yard line, to have 3 chances and not be able to convert, tough. 6 times in the red zone, you only score once is frustrating. I think a lot of the blame goes on Michael LaFleur. I think the play calling was definitely questionable, but I agree with everyone. I think there's no doubt about it. Mike White's got to start, in my opinion, for the rest of the season. I think he's earned that role for at least the final 5 games. The locker room's buying into him. You don't want to, as Tyrone, you kind of just said this, you don't want to lose the whole locker room over one guy. It's about all, 53 men and not just about, Zach. So he played. I mean, Mike White did whatever he could. I mean, the one interception really wasn't his fault. It went Corey Davis. It wasn't a great throw, but went off his hands, popped up in the air, and then the other one was obviously just 4th down and 10, just trying to make a play. Nothing you could do about that. But I got a question for you guys. It's so frustrating to me. Like I definitely, the red zone was terrible. The red zone play calls were awful. The performance in the red zone was terrible. I think the George Fant penalty obviously hurt. The block in the back really killed us. That one drive set us completely back, and we had to kick the field goal. If that doesn't happen, you could point to many points in this game, like Mike White overthrowing Garrett Wilson. Who knows what happens there? But then later on in that drive to step up and to step up and then have that throw to Corey Davis, which I don't know how he made that play. That throw to Corey Davis after getting nailed. 4th down and 10.
Looked like he could barely breathe with like 20 seconds left on the play clock.
Yeah, and I see him go down, I'm like, great, we're gonna have to put in Flacco, because he looked like he was in some serious pain when the cameras went over to him. Like he was on the ground, like just looked like dead in a way. Like he just did not look good. Yeah. But I just don't get like why we aren't using the tight ends in the red zone at all. Like the tight ends, in my opinion, I want to see more in the red zone. Like, would you guys agree? I mean, I think
I want to see. I want to see more Uzama in the red zone. I feel like we've seen a lot of Conklin. He had a bad game on Sunday, had a couple drops. But like Uzama's a big body, and he's somebody that like you're not probably expecting to be running routes in the red zone. Like he's used more as a blocker. Yeah. So like you should be able to get him open in the red zone as like a off a play action bootleg, something like that.
And Bubs, you got a great point. In something like on that first play, you may be a play action to Bam and let Uzama leak out in that pass right there, or even a pick play or something like that. But Bub, did it bother you that he didn't use the tight ends blocking the way he has the last 2 or 3 weeks? Because that, to me, I think was a difference in our running game. I think that, listen, we're on the 1 yard line. The way our line's been playing, all 3 downs, I would have tried to run the ball in. There's no other way I would have done that. I just didn't think it makes any sense to try to throw the football. I didn't, the play to Garrett was really just a wash. The Barrios play, and
Yeah.
I'm not knocking Barrios in any way, bro. Like, he went for it, he didn't catch it. It was what it was. But I think that all those trips to the res I'm putting that on Mike White. I want to say LaFleur has to do a better job of designing plays to get guys open, or being able just to keep it simple and just play some old smash mouth football. We're a fourth quarter team, and our line has
Yep.
been dominating in the fourth quarter. So why wouldn't you give them an opportunity to do what they do? And Fent, look, other than that one block in the back, Fent, you looked at him, he looked like he's
Looked pretty
chilled
good.
in
Yeah.
ice, bro. He is
That block in
ripped,
the back
bro.
just
Like,
killed me though.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
I
did
was
though. It
livid
was,
at that.
but a lot of that was on
But
Barrios
Bubs,
too, because our place was came back inside.
So was your issue with LaFleur, was it more just like play calling in general, or specifically what was happening in the red zone?
I mean, it's just a lot of it was the red zone.
Yeah.
I also think the red zone was a problem. I want to see more of the tight end, especially Uzama. I mean, he was excellent last year with Cincinnati in the red zone. Like, I was so looking forward to seeing at the beginning of the year, seeing him and Zach, dominate, but now it's Mike White and him. But I was upset with the red zone. But another problem I have with LaFleur too is, like, I don't get some of these. It's always that's the issue. It's the short distances. It's the 3rd down and 2s. It's the 1st and goal. From the 5. It's these short plays, but I have an issue sometimes. He gets too fancy. Like, there was a two plays on Sunday where he ran like the jet sweep to Elijah Moore, which was like a good play, and in the next play he ran that play to Garrett where he was trying to pass it. It's like there's no need for that. Like, he gets too fancy sometimes. It's just like, just go with what's working. Like, there's no need to get. He gets too cute. He just
overthinks
tries,
it
like,
sometimes.
overthinks it,
When
exactly.
something's going well, just stick with it. Yeah, kind of agree with that.
Yeah. Hey, Bubs, I had a question, Bubs. So, what was your overall grade be for the defense in last Sunday's game?
I'd give him like I mean, I guess first half I'd give him like a C. Second half I'd give him like a B plus. I thought they were a B plus A, but overall I'd give him like a B. I was first half I thought they were trying to be a little too perfect on Jefferson. They were being a little too handsy with him, which resulted in a couple of the holdings. I think Sauce had 2, and Reed I think had 1. I could be wrong, but I think there was definitely a couple. But in the second half they started just to play their game, and Jefferson only ended with 45 yards. He had that 1 touchdown,
Exactly.
but I mean,
Exactly.
he, him and Thielen being the 2 biggest threats, really, we held them to under 70 yards combined, I think, because I only think Thielen only had like
Thielen had
27
that.
yards.
He had that 1 catch, right, and that was it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
it
then
was 1
and
play,
then
I think, for all 27 yards.
Yeah, and then
Did it-
Rieger had that 1 big play, which was because Joyner got burnt, and then like Whitehead overran him or something. So it wasn't even like the corners, just safety help was just bad. But
Did
I
it-
was overall pleased with the defense.
Did it bother you that on 3rd and 2nd or 3rd and 3rd they were playing off of Jefferson in these receivers? Did that bother you guys? Because that bothered me a lot. I felt
Early
like they
on, I was pissed on some of the 3rd and
Yeah,
5s and
I
3rd
thought
and
you should
4s. It seemed like they were giving
I
too
thought
much
you
of a
should have
cushion.
pressed.
Yeah.
Too much of a cushion, bro.
There was that 1 play on 3rd down and 2, I remember, where Sauce, he had like 5 yards of cushion and he threw it to Jefferson and he got like 5
On the
yards. And
slant,
I didn't
on
understand.
the slant,
on the slant.
on the slant.
Yep.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was a good
That
play.
was a little frustrating to me. To be fair though, Kirk Cousins helped us out a lot. He had a couple really bad throws. Like, there was a couple really bad throws, but I was pleased with the way we got pressure. We got no pressure in the first half. Came out in the second half and got a lot more pressure, which was good to see. Quinnen and Carl. But overall, I thought the secondary for Jefferson's had games where he's put up 140 plus yards. I mean, we held him in check for the most part, which we've done to Tyreek Hill. We did to Diggs. Hopefully, we do it again this week to Diggs.
Jamar Chase.
So yeah, Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
All around, I thought we did a good job, especially in the second half, and they kept us in the game in the second half. They could have the same old Jets game would have been to lose that game 35-6 and leave Minnesota at halftime. That would have been a typical Jet game, but they were able to at least compete and make it a game. But it just stinks because when you get to the 1 yard line, it's like you got to score. You just got to, because if that's a playoff game, that's just going to linger with you for the entire season or the entire off season. So you're lucky that you get another.
For me, it
opportunity
stung
in
for like a
days,
few
but-
hours after the game, but looking at it
Yeah.
now, it was an NFC loss. We still own some tiebreakers potentially with the Chargers, who I think are probably the biggest threat to the wild card spot. I'm not really worried about the Patriots right now, so I'm still feeling good. We're still locked in that 7 seed right now, and I think the schedule, even though I'm not looking at any game and saying definite win, it's a favorable schedule. You should beat the Jaguars at home. You should beat the Lions at home, even though they're playing well right now. I think the Seahawks game is definitely winnable too.
Yeah, and
Listen.
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say this right. Listen, the next 5 games are very important, and I don't want to
Really?
just win 3. You know, I want to win 4. I want to win 5. I mean, listen, but I'm not going to overlook Lions. I'm not going to overlook Buffalo. I think the Jacksonville game is going to be on a short week. You know, they've been playing good football. Seattle's playing absolutely out there. Gino is damn sure putting up crazy numbers. So I mean, listen, if this team deserves to get in playoffs, this is the time to show it right now. And that's why I think it's important that we don't overlook the small things. And I think that what I was thinking the first half, I was like, damn, same old Jets. And in the second half, I said, nah, this is a whole different team. This is a whole different vibe. This is a whole different type of atmosphere. And this is something that we're not used to. We get down 20 to 6, man, game over for us. And we watched this team fight back and claw back and should have won that game. So that's why I'm not mad.
In fairness, though, that's been all year.
Young team.
That's been all year with the
But it's a
comebacks.
young
I mean,
team
the
learning how to
Browns game
close.
with 2 minutes left, the Steeler game, and it's been multiple quarterbacks too. Flacco had the one comeback. Wilson had the one comeback. So, I mean,
but
everyone's
we have to
doing
learn
it.
how to close.
They're a second half team.
We're a young team, and now we're a fourth quarter team as well. And that's something we could never say about the Jets, because the biggest issue with us was we'll get 3 good quarters, then the fourth quarter will fall apart. We watched this team fight in
That was
the
the
fourth
Bulls
quarter.
Jets.
We know we're coming. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
We're coming, and I love that, man. So it's great.
Yeah, I just want to say one more thing before we go.
go ahead.
I'm not saying that we're going to beat like Buffalo, 31-10. I'm not saying we blow them out, but I tend to agree a little bit with, the I guess the side of like the Bills are, in my opinion, like it's a winnable game for us. Like in my opinion, I see Cincinnati and Kansas City the 2 best teams I think in the AFC. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I mean, I know the Bills are the 1 seed, but in my opinion, like if I were to rank the teams, I'd say Kansas City, Cincinnati, then Buffalo. And the reason I say that is because, we beat Buffalo already. I know it was at home, but as long as Mike White doesn't throw, 4 picks, which hopefully that's like the Bills aren't his like team that he struggles against. Hopefully, that's not the case.
The Patriots for Zach, yeah.
Yeah, that's why I hope it's not the case. But like I think if we just hold them in check, we did a good job against Diggs, and we just, as we mentioned, did a good job against Jefferson. If we play their defense that we played against Buffalo the first time around, I mean, the offense is so much better, and we were able to beat them, with Zach playing. I mean, Zach, we were praising Zach in that game for, throwing for what, 150 yards or whatever he threw.
Yeah, 150.
So,
150.
It was a smart 150, but
it was.
But listen, we was treating 150 like it was 400. Y'all stop playing.
That's how low the bar was at the time. I mean,
but I mean, listen,
believe in
but Bubs, I kind of agree with you, man. Like the Bills, I don't think are what many expected them to be going into this year. And I think that kind of goes back to Josh Allen, who's still an amazing quarterback, but he's not playing at the level that Joe Burrow's playing at right now. Burrow's taking that like legitimate MVP kind of leap. Allen's, kind of going back to some of the old habits, throwing some interceptions and stuff. I agree. I think they're beatable. I think this is a winnable game, but it's not going to be easy, man. At Buffalo, that crowd, that stadium, that atmosphere, it's not an easy place to play.
Probably going to be like 10 degrees too.
But what scares me most about this game, Bubs, about Josh Allen, is his legs. I think that he's going to really try to run the ball on us and be that X factor. And I think that
especially if his elbow's
for that, and we can stop that. Yeah, we can stop that. And listen, the one thing that we don't have to worry about, which I don't know, this is a good thing or bad thing. I think Minnesota ran the ball a lot on us, a lot more than I thought they would. And I'm hoping that Buffalo doesn't try to do that same thing. But if we keep that running game in check and keep Josh Allen in the pocket, I think we got a great chance of winning. And Bub, I do agree with you. I'm kind of leaning towards Cincinnati being the number 1. I just think they're coming along. They're playing good football right now. They won with 4 or 5 in a row. I think Kansas City I don't think Kansas City has enough defense, and that's the same thing I was saying. But that's the same way I feel about Buffalo. I think Buffalo's a really good team, but they play they're being banged up like that. I think they're in prime position for us to go ahead and take that. I think that every team they've beat thus far hasn't had the kind of defense that we have, to where we can keep them in the game and keep them in check and keep it close. So I kind of like I like I said, I like us winning this game. I really do.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely disagree with it being 9.5. I think that's big, and I think
Yeah,
Von
that's
Miller
a little
too.
much.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I think
Hey, it's gonna change.
Von Miller too being
It's
out
gonna
helps.
change. You know, it's gonna. You know, hey, listen. If I was anybody, I would take it at 9.5 because the line's gonna change by Sunday, and you guys know
Mhm.
that. It's definitely
Yeah,
gonna
that's
change.
Yeah,
It's
true.
probably about 5, something like that.
yeah. I'm glad
All
we're
right.
the underdogs. We've done well with it.
Yeah,
So,
we do better when we're the
but,
Hey,
underdog.
absolutely.
yeah,
Hey, but
Bubs,
listen, I
yeah,
love being underdog.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, have a
Bubs,
good
great
one,
talking
bro.
to you,
yeah,
man.
yeah. You too. Thanks for
Have a
having
good
me
night,
on.
as
Yep, you
always,
guys as
man.
well.
All right.
All right, so next up, we got our star from Sunday, our winner of the raffle, who will pick a winner tonight. Zach, what's going on, man?
What's up,
What's up,
guys?
big dog? How
What's
you
up?
doing,
What's
bro?
up? I'm doing good. How are you?
Thank you
Congratulations,
so much
bro.
for supporting, man. We really
Congratulations, bro.
appreciate that.
Oh,
Yo,
it's no problem at
absolutely,
all.
man.
Like that was the big thing. It was just for a good cause. Like I wasn't expecting to win the tickets. Like that's what I kind of left those
Absolutely,
notes saying
man.
like you don't have to enter me in the raffle. I just wanted to donate to the good cause.
Oh,
But
man, that's so good.
nah, basically I just want somebody that's gonna take those tickets and have a good time, enjoy it. Because it was for a good cause, and to have somebody else get some enjoyment out of it as well is a good thing.
That's dope.
No doubt. So
That's so
right
dope,
right now
man.
there are two people that reached out that joined via Venmo that left messages. I mentioned it at the beginning of the show. There's Mike T, who's got his brother, dad. They've never been to a Jets game before. They live an hour from Buffalo. And then R. Hoffman, who said his father-in-law is a big Buffalo Bill fan, would love to take him. So right now those are the two. If anybody else who entered the raffle, again, we're not taking any new entries, but if you already entered and your plan was to actually go to the game, just pop a quick message in, and we'll try to pick somebody out by the end of the show.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Was the second name there was had they ever been to a Jets game before? The one with the father-in-law?
That I'm not sure about. I could reach out and ask.
Yeah, because that's a big thing too. Is like I want somebody that's going to enjoy it, especially like it being their first time. Like that's a huge thing, especially with the holidays
In
coming
good
up.
seats,
Like
bro. In
in
good
good
seats,
seats,
bro. Like
a good
in good
game.
seats. Yo,
Have that be
yes,
your first
sir.
Jets game would be something spectacular.
So that might be Mike
Yeah.
then. Mike,
Yeah.
his brother's father, said he's never been to a game. They're kind of far away
Yeah,
from
that's-
MetLife, an hour from Buffalo. So
Yeah, but we'll see if anybody else wants to come in. Like I want to give everybody else a fair chance, obviously, especially people that were in the raffle. But
yeah. So
thanks, Jose.
anybody, yeah. So anybody else, if you entered, you have until now, until the end of the show, just shoot me a message. If your plan was to actually go to the game, I'll get all those entries over to Zach, and he'll pick somebody out from there.
Hey,
All
are
right,
you
so
gonna,
what,
hey,
so what were your
Prophet, are you
thoughts
gonna
on?
name
What were your
somebody?
thoughts? Okay, good.
Hold on, man. Are you gonna name somebody by the end of the show? Correct.
Hopefully by the end of the show, if nobody else, if nobody else enters right now, it's just
Okay.
between two
All right.
people.
Cool.
So
All right.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah,
All
we'll
right,
see
my
how
bad.
it
Go ahead,
goes
Zach.
for sure.
as long as Zach's still on the show at the end. Yeah.
Oh, I will for
All
sure.
right, cool. All right, cool.
All right. So, biggest takeaway from Sunday, I guess, it's just we didn't play a complete game. If we play a complete game, we win that game, big time. So, I mean, I guess it's a tale of two halves, really. The first half, the whole team didn't really play up to the potential that we had. Second half, I think it was more on LaFleur's play calling in the red zone, especially that didn't really put us in a good position to win. But I think going into Buffalo, we can definitely fix on a lot of those things. It seems like easy fixes.
What would you try to do differently?
Simplify. It's like, don't get me wrong, I do like LaFleur when he's creative sometimes when the moment calls for it. Oh, Elmo, I'm so sorry. I said hello to you before. I said it right at the start of the stream. But yeah, it's to win at this level consistently, you need to execute the simple plays. Like that needs to be your bread and butter and then be able to open it up. So
Zach, I got a question.
Go ahead, Tyrone.
What was your biggest issue in the first half, though? Like, I mean, we realized we struggled. What was the biggest? What was your biggest takeaway from the first half? What was the biggest struggle and the adjustments they made?
I just didn't think a lot of people were locked in. It's just you could tell by the way that the defense was a little lackadaisical, especially in the run game. And then just the miscommunications, Mike White throwing the ball behind people, guys not catching the ball when they're thrown to them. It's just like those simple, easy things that if they last too long can cost you a game, which we saw on Sunday.
It always seemed like there was something going wrong. Sometimes it was, like you said, sometimes it was Mike White just throwing the ball behind somebody. Other times he missed Elijah Moore wide open, just didn't see him. When he did make the throws, there were a few that were catchable that weren't caught. And then obviously the red zone 1 of 6. Can't win that way.
Do you think LaFleur got too cute though? So it's just trying to run the football.
Yeah,
And then let run. Go with set the run up, set the pass up.
Yeah, I mean, it's just in the red zone. You gotta. The strength of your team for the whole season has been running the ball for your offense. Like, yes, you don't have Breece Hall, but I think Zonovan Knight is more than capable of getting in or scheming something open. Like, one of the biggest things that I've had an issue with LaFleur when Zach was playing was not using quarterback reads, not using RPOs. Like, it's just simple things that gives the quarterback an option to either hand it off or run it himself. Like, that's like, and you could see that if they just schemed it where Mike White could do a bootleg opposite side around to the left side, he would have had a wide open touchdown run if he just took it.
Yeah.
So it's just that I'm not going to blame it on Barrios, even though he should have caught it. It's just when it's 2nd and 1, like on the goal line, essentially, you run the ball 3 times. You just keep
that's
pushing.
what I was saying too.
That's it.
Either
bro.
run it
That's
or quarterback
bro.
sneak it. That's the
yeah.
easy way to do it. Other teams do it all the
It
time.
didn't make
It's a guaranteed yard.
It made no sense to do it any other way than that, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, that's been our strength all year long. Why wouldn't And Bam's a big physical type back. It ain't like you have a scat back. He's a big physical guy that can put his shoulders down and you know what I'm saying, and give it. I don't know. Like I just felt like. I felt like LaFleur was trying to overthink. To me, sometimes I think he gets excited and he overanalyzes his own self. Like he tries to be so creative instead of just keeping it simple. And I think that was the biggest issue. That's the only takeaway I have from that game that bothered me more than anything is just his play selection in certain areas.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're worried about you're not going to get enough push on the goal line, there are plenty of other options that if you want to be creative. I mean, when was the last time we had somebody like this? Was back obviously with Bulls and Rex when we'd have Sheldon Richardson give it to a
line
big
up
guy.
at fullback. Yeah,
Line up at fullback.
I said that yesterday.
Give it to freaking Quinnen.
Put Q back there. Yeah, put Q back there. Didn't they do that like 2 years ago?
No. Put Quincy back there, bro. Put
Michael freaking Clemens back there. He'll fucking run people over.
Absolutely, and that's just that. You see stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Listen,
a good call, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you on the Wilson play, if he'd have bootlegged out, bro, and maybe stuck out a linebacker or something like that, or a pick play, or run play, why wasn't that added to that? Like I don't know. Like listen, to me. I think we should have came in with a score. We didn't. I understand that, but it's just that's the most frustrating part. And I feel like that was a game that we should have won. But I feel like we're a young team, and we're still learning how to just close the door and be the great team that we are. But I will give Saleh and his team credit for going down 20-6 at the halftime against that offense and come out and put up the fight.
They were down 20-3 before the half too.
Exactly.
Getting that field goal before halftime.
That shows you growth, though, man. Like, it really does.
Yeah. No, like I don't think unless because this defense is definitely, everybody says it, but it's true. They are a Super Bowl caliber defense. Like they're a top 3 defense in the NFL. You can win games with them. If you hold the best receiver in the NFL to 40 something yards receiving, or the best receiver, sorry. You got a touchdown, but it's like you can keep them off the field.
You can't even say it's a fluke at this point anymore because like they've done it with every great receiver, Tyreek Hill, Jamar Chase, every matchup that they've had, the Jets have held their own in the secondary.
And the big thing is it's DJ Reed was the person that was covering Justin Jefferson for most of the game.
Yep.
And he's your number 2 corner. Like that is the biggest thing.
I mean, see, I think people get confused. I think Reed does all the heavy lifting. I really do. And
they're both number ones right now. They're both number ones.
I think Whitehead played the best game he's played all season long. And Zach, I'm gonna say this right here. Yeah. I think we do have a top 3 defense. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna say championship, but I'm gonna tell you why. I think they gotta figure out 2 things. One, tackling in the open field. They need to stop going for the big hit and just wrap up and get them down. And number 2, you can't have those kind of run plays that, like that. That's what, it's like to me, and Zach, you said it earlier, like it was telling 2 halves because I never seen this defense give up 20 points that quick. But then I watched them shut it down. If they learn how to maintain, like when they played against the Patriots, You know what I'm saying? In games like that where they dominated from front to end. That's what I said. We're a young team, so we're still learning how to do that. They know how to cut it on, just keep it going the whole game. I think that's the biggest thing right there for me.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you can only get better from here because you got a young team with a lot of potential. You got a coaching staff that it's their second year together. So it's like they have a lot of potential to get better, learn the simple stuff, learn from their mistakes. That's the big thing. Like, if they can put everything together, they can be a good playoff team, not just a wild card team that sneaks in. They could be a good playoff team.
Absolutely.
Like, and that's
when
what
you have that kind of defense in December and January, you can make a run. Absolutely.
Yeah.
The same way the Rex Ryan Jets did in 09. They snuck into the playoffs. They weren't a great team all year, but they snuck in and then they did some damage.
Yeah. Listen, if we get in the playoffs, we're gonna be a hard out just with our defense. Our defense and band running the football and getting fan back in the mix will be a hard out just because we can run the football. But like I said, listen, until I saw someone said today, like, listen, Tennessee or Baltimore, we can beat both of those. We can beat both of them. The only problem is going to be Kansas City. Then listen, Kansas City, that's a whole different kind of animal. You feel me? But we'll cross that bridge. We got to win 3 more games to get to that bridge. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Kansas City, if we ever do see them, luckily that's going to be more of a shootout. But that's like our offense. That's like offense got to come and play to that game. But we're not going to touch that yet. We still got to finish.
We can rattle Mahomes. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
No. Zach said it best though. Zach, nobody will believe it, but what you just said was so true. If we play Kansas City, it'll be a shootout because their defense sucks and our defense is good. So I think that
their defense isn't bad. The defense isn't bad,
but I think we played better defenses, and that's the thing.
Absolutely.
And I think our offense is so used now to playing good defenses that LaFleur can find a way. Hopefully, I mean he's under the microscope this week, of course, but I would argue Buffalo has a better defense, and we were able to beat Buffalo. Absolutely. So it's any given Sunday. We just got to take it week by week. We got to make the playoffs first. That's the big thing. Starts this week at Buffalo. We can beat them.
No doubt. Zach, great calling in. Thank you for all that you've done, helping out with the raffle. We'll try to pick a winner by the end of the show, so let us know who you decide.
Of course.
Talk to you later, man.
All right, later, guys.
Hey, Zach, have a good night, bro. Appreciate it, man.
All right, so I have an idea here. I don't know how this is going to work, but I want to try this. I'm not going to say anything for these next 2 callers that I want to bring on at the same time and just see how this works because this is going to be interesting. We're going to go 1. And we're going to go 2. I just want to feel the energy with this shit. I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys should have your own fucking podcast.
Nothing. I'm not saying nothing.
We got the guy, baby. We got the guy.
You know what? Let me tell you something, fellas. Okay, Tyrone? You working right? Is that the back of the truck?
Yeah, I'm in the truck, big dog.
Let me tell you something,
bro.
That's an American hero right there, folks. Look at him right there. That's
what you do every day, putting your life on the line, making sure you're safe, bro. Appreciate
these kids wouldn't have food or presents if it wasn't for you guys. Just know that.
Big time.
Appreciate that, man. Really appreciate that.
Of course. And listen, we definitely got the guy because what really changed my mind was like I was gonna go grocery shopping with my wife at halftime, but when he took that hit on 3rd down, dude, I'm sorry. Like that's all I needed to see, dude. That's all I need to see. I'm not walking. I'm walking. Listen, this is the game. Like I told Dan on the phone yesterday. I said if we were going to lose this game, I'd rather lose this game like that because this team never stopped fighting, and I rather that loss than like if we got blown out 52-0. Then this loss wouldn't affect them as much. The fact that it was right there 7 times, this is what I want them going into Buffalo. And that, this kid is just something else, dude. I mean, he's just all class. He reminds me of Derek Jeter talking to the media. And he's, you know what I mean? Like, even with that, Barrio should have had that pass, but he said the right thing. He's like, it's on me. I should put it better in a better spot. Like, he knows it wasn't on him. Barrio should have grabbed that. But I'm telling you, I'm blown away by this kid. I really am. And that's the guy. I was all about Derek Carr and Jimmy G, but we got the guy right here. I've never seen guys wear T-shirts of the quarterback. It's just...
That's telling. That's telling that the locker room's completely behind him like that. Dan, what are your thoughts, man?
Dude, what more do you need to see? Like, honestly, everybody's like, oh, he's just an average quarterback. What average quarterback, every time they step on the field, throws for over 300 yards?
Right.
What more do you need to see? This isn't no like Derek Anderson type of spoof like with the Browns. This is the fucking guy. I don't know what else people need to see. All right, let's look at the game. Take away the negatives. Definitely Berrios needed to make that catch. Totally. The that almost last drive where we almost connected with Wilson. Shit, we had the game there. All right. But let's not forget that fourth down, dude. That one right there, that game and that throw, it just gave me all of those emotions of the 2010 AFC Championship game.
Yep.
Honestly, I have not gone through a roller coaster like that since that game. Mad years went by, dude. Mad years. That's how I felt after that game. But with one difference. We get to play the next week. And Tyrone, you nailed it at the beginning of the show. I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you. This game right here, we're better than the Bills. Watch out, Buffalo. You better be scared of us. We beat you once, and we're going there confident.
100%.
Let me say this. Let me say this right here. Number one, I got two of my damn near favorite callers on the line at the same time. Yo,
they're gonna have their own
Joe
podcast
Cat,
soon. You know it.
Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Joe
That shit would take off.
He took me off the ledge, bro.
Drink to that, baby.
Hey, Dan,
I said I can't. I told him Tyrone yesterday. I said I can't take it no more. These Zach Wilson.
No,
crazy.
And this is why I love you guys, because both of you, listen, especially Dan, you were big on Zach, and you realize what's best for this team. You're not a Mike White fan, you're not a Zach fan, you're a Jets fan, and that shit kills me. How people just can't get realistic about the kid is playing great. Exactly. We are.
Right.
My dad uses this as his depend.
Did you buy that off Joe Cat?
You know who?
You gotta shit this thing at home.
You know who the Zach Wilson people are? I told you, Tyrone, yesterday. I said this, and I told Dan. I said the Zach Wilson defenders in here are the same people that say that gas isn't high right now. They're like, gas is fine. No, he sucks.
It's crazy, man. It's frustrating because we listen. We all love this team. You know what I'm saying? And we understand Mike White gives us the best chance to win. How can you not watch this kid and be excited? Like Joe said, Joe was like, kid, this dude is Rocky, baby. He's the ultimate underdog. How are you mad when you got a guy who comes in who fought for everything, got 5th round draft pick, cut by Dallas, been cut by us 2 or 3 times, comes in, plays at Buffalo, gets murdered, comes back. He's only started 5 games, bro. 5 games.
And that's what I don't understand. Like, why is it automatically assumed that Zach Wilson's going to improve, but Mike White can't?
Right. That's the thing.
Exactly.
Like, Kevin, you said last night in the pod on Watch the Stream last night, you said like somebody commented something about Zach's ceiling. Why isn't Mike White ceiling that? Because the fucking guy threw 700 yards in 2 games. So I'm pretty sure ceiling, he's a fucking skyscraper right now compared to a project.
For some reason, for some people, it's automatically assumed that like Mike White has a certain ceiling that's going to be capped, and teams are automatically going to adjust to him. Whereas Zach Wilson's just only scratching the surface on what he can do because he has more physical ability, but he doesn't have it up here yet.
But look at that team yesterday. Quincy comes in with the shoulder. He comes right back in. And then as soon as every single one of our guys got knocked down, somebody came back the next play and kicked the shit out of somebody. Williams came in and knocked that guy down on his fucking ass right after they blasted his brother. Mm-hmm. And then fucking the other guy's on the cart. He might as well just drive it back to the field.
Clemens, exactly. Came back on the field. And you know what? Listen, this is what I wanted to say too as well. This what gets me with the Mike White hate is because the simple fact of the matter is it's all draft status. If Mike White was a 2nd round pick or a 1st round pick, we wouldn't be having this conversation. And let me say this right here: the difference between Mike and Zach is this. You guys seen this before, how a backup comes in, plays well, goes somewhere else, he doesn't fit that system. Mike White fits this system perfectly. That's why he's able to be successful. He understands the offense. He understands where the ball should go. And listen, Tom Brady didn't have the best arm in the world. He played in a system that worked for him. That's why he made that work.
What arm was weak? The fucking guy was throwing darts.
In the rain, too.
Overthrew Garrett.
But hey, Joe, that's what they said, Joe. They say he got a noodle arm, Joe.
These people are
I'm just
lunatics. They're
No,
lunatics.
but
Hey,
guys, like let's flip it, right? Let's flip it. Let's say if it was Mike White playing like shit, and Zach Wilson comes in and is lighting it up just like Mike White. Oh, he's the guy. Again, draft status.
That's all.
Zach,
it's draft status.
Zach is on timeout for a prolonged period of time. And this is what I like about Salah. I want him actually, to say this is my guy and whatnot. But he's putting everyone on a high level. Team, you like Mike White as your quarterback? Level your play up. And they did. Yo, dude, on Sunday, we lost. It fucking sucks. But it gives you that confidence as a Jet fan. This is a long process. We get it. But the time to strike the iron is hot right now.
Yep.
Right.
Buffalo, here we come. I keep saying it. Yeah, I'm not looking at Buffalo like, oh, shit. Nah, dude, we have a legit defense. Legit defense. We got an offense that's more powerful than the first time that we hit them. Let's win this game right here. Let's get to 8 wins. It's possible. And, let Vegas give even more points. Fuck it. We look at our history. The more they're against us, the more we shock the world. Keep it coming.
absolutely.
I'm ready, baby. Shit, Friday, my fucking Argentina's going to win. Keep going, win that World Cup. Then my Jets play on Sunday. Keep it going, win the Super Bowl. I'm thinking, yeah, baby, let's go.
I'll tell you right now, Zach Wilson is not the starter next year. Sorry, he's not. That's
Okay.
it.
If he is, it's going to be because he earned it in a quarterback competition.
ain't-
I don't think he's going to be handed
He
it.
ain't earning shit. Let me
But-
tell you something.
But
If
tell me why. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
if this team lets Mike White leave after these, he's going to continue to play like this the rest of the season.
And you got to worry about the locker room too, because the quote
Right.
from Garrett Wilson after I wrote, I'd go to war for that boy. There's something
100%.
special about him.
If this team
They're all wearing the shirts.
pull
Yeah,
the
go ahead.
typical Jet move and they cheap out and they let this kid walk, I'm telling you right now, that's the end of this defense. That's the end of this team.
Yeah.
This kid's got a lot
You
more
would
behind
make
it.
a huge
than-
mistake. It
Yeah.
would be a huge mistake. It would
And
be a
shame on this.
Listen,
If they let this kid go, shame on this goddamn franchise, because we all see something special. It's 10 times special in that locker room. Because I'm telling you right now, if this kid is not on this team next year starting, this team is gone. That's it, dude. I'm telling you. And they can't
But
pull
he
a typical
deserves
Jet
it,
move.
though, Joe.
Would you
Joe,
agree
he
though that he's got to
deserves
play
it.
well the last 5 games though, right?
What's that?
He's got to play
Yeah.
well the last
I
5
mean,
games
he's
though,
gonna
right?
play
play well.
decent, but
I
listen,
think he will,
but prime
He's
time,
killing
he
it.
deserves the opportunity. He deserves the opportunity to come into to be re-signed, to come into camp next year and battle for the starting position.
Dude,
and
he's not
whoever
gonna-
wins, wins.
He's not going to battle shit. He's going to prove these next 5 games that he's the fucking guy. He's almost got 1,000 yards passing in
Not to get too far ahead of ourselves, but he's also a restricted free agent. So if somebody offers him a big contract, are you matching it?
No,
To me, it comes down to what you see in these last 5 games.
you have to match.
He's not restricted. He's not restricted. He's not restricted. He's not. Check it out again. He's not restricted. He was restricted this past off season, but he's not. He's a UFA.
They're gonna
Oh,
match.
shit. That's even worse then.
They're gonna
Worse.
match. And they-
It's
Our
worse.
fucking
Hell
luck.
yeah, it's worse.
Our luck. Our freaking luck.
of course, but they have to match it. They have to match it. And you know what? When you hear him in his press conferences, I don't think this guy is chasing the money. I think that he knows that this locker room is special, and he's a classy dude, man. Like when you hear him talk, he's a classy guy. I don't think this guy would chase the money down. Whatever he's got going on in this locker room is something that you can see it. You can see it. And if they pass this up,
Yeah, you're right. UFA.
playing on here next year, pal. He's not.
He fits our,
He's not. He's not earning shit back, dude.
he
You
fits
can't
our
be-
system though.
You can't break this bond with this team. You can't. And people
Yeah,
know.
that's
already.
why I don't think he's going nowhere. I think he fits our team. I think he works well with us, and I think he understands that. And I think he'll have a chance to grow. But my problem is this: not giving him an opportunity because of his draft status, not giving this kid a fair chance. And I understand you drafted Zach as the second pick of the draft. At the end of the day, the best play you know what I'm saying? Holding people
And I
accountable.
think that's
How
why the
can you
locker room
not hold him accountable.
that's why the locker room is gravitated towards him though.
Right.
They've seen this kid work his ass off and earn it, whereas Zach came in as the number
Absolutely.
2 overall pick,
Yep.
didn't have to earn anything. He was handed the starting quarterback job. He never had to fear of being benched or anything like that. He's been handed everything. Whereas this kid Mike
right.
White, he fucking played great last year, got hurt, put his head down, went back to work, sat on the bench for a year,
Grinded.
and his first 2 starts, he's fucking lit it up.
Why do you think Joe Flacco started the first 4 games?
Great point.
Why?
Great fucking point.
Why?
Great point.
Why? Why? All of a
Because
sudden,
they knew Joe. They knew Joe. They
Of
knew
course.
Joe. They knew Joe.
What do
They
you think?
knew.
Want to have a
They knew.
quarterback controversy at week 4? You think he just earned this?
They knew.
Or no
They
fucking
knew.
way. They know. If you would have put Mike White in those fucking the Raven games and the Bengals game, and God forbid the Jets were 4-0, 4-0, forget it.
A lot of people were saying that too. A lot of people were saying
Joe,
that. I think Beningo
Joe,
even had one of those
Joe,
rants
you
after
right,
the first
though.
game.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
put in the kid that's throwing 700 yards, or I'll put in a 55-year-old man. Why do you think they did that?
Yeah, man. Unbelievable.
Joe got a point. Joe got a point, though.
Too obvious. They knew from the summertime this kid was better. They knew from last year this kid was better. But the problem is if they didn't take Zach Wilson's second pick, they were going to get killed in the media. That's what they did. And they put Joe Flacco.
Why is that a problem? See, but Joe, and Dan, in prime time, this is my whole point with this, though. Why? Who cares if Zach's the second pick in the draft? If you have somebody that plays better than him, why not play him? Why is that big of a? See, that's a loser mentality to me, though. You understand what I'm saying?
That's coming from fans, though. It's the emotional attachment to the draft pick. I think
it's money.
That was politics too, man. A lot of politics. You know what I mean? That's a lot.
I hate that, though.
They, to play devil's advocate, they had to go that route. They had to go that route. Now, that shit's in the past right now. Now you see what you got. You got a legit quarterback, and then you got shit. Developing shit. That's what he is. He sucks. He's just trash. Now you got Mike White. Listen, fellas, I know you guys got other callers. I'm saying it right now. This is how much this loss propels this team. And the unity that they have right now, I'm calling it right now. They're winning the rest of the way. The rest of the way.
See,
you guys want to make a wager or whatever?
These two are my guys.
I'm saying.
So let me ask you a better question. If they win all those games, are they winning the division? Is that enough? 12-5.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But they're winning all their games, man. Buffalo, every team that's playing the Jets the rest of the way, they're shaking in their pants. All of them.
Can I just make a quick request to the show?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. I love the show so much. I really do.
Yeah,
but from here on out, if we can not talk about Zach Wilson, and if we are going to talk about Zach Wilson, can we please Madden rename him to Marcus Russell, please? That one, Let's Talk Jets Radio. If you guys are okay with it, Zach Wilson will be referred to as Jamarcus Russell. And please, and that's the only way it dies. And he actually, Jamarcus has better numbers. I'm sorry, but he does. I'm sorry, he does. The stats don't lie. But it's I know. So Zach Wilson is renamed to number 2, Jamarcus Russell. Please.
Ouch.
I appreciate it.
I agree.
Listen,
I agree.
On your first point, I have no issue not talking about him for the rest of the season because it should be Mike White's job. Going back and forth doing this every week. It's not about the future of the team right now. Last year it was. Last year was about the future, development, growth. This year's about winning. You're in the playoffs right now.
Right.
Prime time, listen.
Yeah.
Joe Cat was like, yo, big homie, it's okay, man. You don't got to flip out, bro. It's okay. They idiots, bro. I needed that because I was so frustrated with answering these questions of how can you say Mike White? How can you watch this kid and not see what I'm seeing? You have to be delusional not to believe this kid ain't what he is. He's a good quarterback.
Crazy, bro. Well, listen, we'll let you go. You guys had other calls. This is fucking fantastic.
Yeah, this was awesome. Great job.
Absolutely. These two together. When y'all podcast start, man, I want to be a guest, man. Bring me on.
I guarantee you it's dropping soon.
Damn,
we don't know how to use the fucking computer.
What did we say was we're gonna trademark it? We're gonna trademark it now. It's gonna be called the goddamn Jets from Big Daddy. So
there you go.
That's it.
Man, love you guys, bro. Love you guys, man.
Great talking with you guys. Have a good
love
night.
you guys.
Yeah, baby. Let's go. Let's go, Jets, baby.
Yes, sir. Them
awesome.
two together, bro. That was.
I had a feeling that was going to be good.
Them two. Oh my goodness.
I didn't know if it was going to be too much chaos, but that was cool. All right, so now we got All In Man, who is now back to Math Man.
Hey guys.
You don't sound as excited tonight.
No, I'm excited.
Exactly.
I was waiting here. Do you know what Tyrone said to me when I met him for the first time?
What'd he say?
I got papers to do. He said that if I don't do my work, he's going to come here and kick my ass. Have you seen him? He's like 7 feet tall.
And I meant that too. I told your pops, man, we're not playing by them grades, big dog. You already know what time it is.
I know.
That's a good uncle right there. That's a good uncle right there.
So the good news, I was doing the math. I like the playoff chances, but first I want to talk about the game and then the Bills game, and I'll make it kind of quick.
Yeah, go ahead,
the Vikings game, I mean, second down at the 1 yard line. I mean, I understand. Like, the running game was not there. It was not there. Like, the sneak barely worked. Now, I think, you still have to try it. If they do the sneak and they lose 5 yards, or if they run it and they lose 5 yards, then you can throw it. But there's no point of throwing it on second down from the 1. That's just my quick rant. Bills game. 44 degrees-ish, raining. That's perfect Mike White. That's Mike White's alley right there. Really well in the rain.
Hopefully it doesn't turn to snow and get colder.
Yeah, I think we're fine now. I think that the Jets are going to go into this game. I think they got this. I just think the Bills have still looked off. I don't think they're as great as everyone's hyping them up to be. I mean, people are just straight up ignoring the fact that we almost beat the second best team in football. I mean, we're just not going to talk about that. The Vikings are one of the best teams, second best in the
People only want to bring up their 31st rank passing defense.
Yeah, exactly. So looking at the bigger picture, I really like the Jets' chance of making the playoffs. I'm not going to jinx them and say anything like definite, but I mean, when you just look how it lays out, you got to go 10-7. We've been saying this. So you got Jaguars and is it the Lions? I mean, you got to assume you take care of business at home. I mean, that's just
should.
Yeah.
Lions are 4-1 though. Last 5 though. They're playing good right now.
Yeah. So you got to assume that. So then it comes down to, I think personally Seattle wasn't that great this year. I think they've been kind of lucky. I think it's kind of catching up with them. But you can ignore that. What?
Just going right there though. For those 3 games, let's say that those 3 are the wins, right? The Lions, the Jaguars, and the Seahawks. Winning the 2 NFC games and losing to Miami and Buffalo, that would potentially eliminate a tiebreak over the Chargers, though, right? Because right now the Jets are, I think, 5-4 conference. Chargers are 4-4.
I forget the exact math, but I think that the Chargers, you have to assume that the Chargers, for them to also go 10-7, they have to finish 4-1. So we're actually going to lose the tiebreaker, which is why I've been saying in the chat that if we beat either the Dolphins or the Bills, we win the tiebreaker and we essentially clinch.
Well, if the Chargers go 4-1, they would only lose 1 game in the conference. If the Jets lose both Buffalo and Miami, Chargers would win that tiebreak, right?
Yeah.
If the Jets beat,
right now the Jets are 5-4 in the conference. So if they drop
Buffalo
both
or Miami.
Yeah, they have to win one of those games.
Yeah, they have to win one. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Win the tiebreaker. So,
but Miami has the Chargers this week, though. So
exactly.
we're hoping that the Dolphins beat the Chargers this week.
That's what I was saying last night. I kind of hope Miami beats the Chargers and just takes them completely out of it. And
yes, sir.
I'll take a wild card at this point. Yeah.
But
hey, listen, hold on, listen to this, fellas. If we lose to Buffalo, the Patriots, we go from the 7th to the outside looking in. The Patriots leapfrog us if they win.
Not worried about the Patriots.
The Patriots,
they're not winning 10 games.
Their schedule is brutal. It is.
There's no way they're winning 10 games. You can write that down. They are not winning 10 games.
So, I mean, just the important thing though is that you look at the Chargers, and you even assuming we win those 3 games, the Seahawks, I always forget the teams, the Lions, and the what's the last one? Help me.
Seahawks, Lions, Jaguars.
So the Chargers, right off the bat, they play home against the Dolphins and then at home against the Titans. If they lose those 2, that's 8 losses. They're done. We don't have to worry about them. Just take care of business. Now, of course, this is all very idealistic. And I mean, I just have so much confidence in Mike White, as you saw last week. I mean, he really just makes the team feel like a complete team versus just individual parts of great.
I'll actually just going back to that real quick. If the Chargers somehow beat the Dolphins on Sunday night this week, I don't think they lose a game the rest of the year. I don't think they lose a game the rest of the year.
Yep.
I think they'll beat the Titans at home, and then after that, it's 4-win Colts, 3-win Rams, 3-win Broncos.
That's why I'm so focused on winning one of these 2 games. But I think that I mean you can't overlook the Titans. You can't overlook the Titans. I mean, even they're hot and cold, but they could go out and be a completely different team one game.
Bro, we need that for real, bro. Listen, that's well, you know what though?
Well, according
Listen,
to Tyrone, we're winning the division, so we're winning the next 5 games.
I mean,
we're going to top Buffalo.
I mean, listen, listen. What else am I supposed to say, Prime Time? What am I supposed to say here? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, I'm just gonna be realistic, man. Let's take it day by day, right?
Keeping the receipts from you and Dan.
Buffalo's a real good team, man. But I just think we have a really good chance of beating Buffalo. I think that we should win that game. Every other game, man. Listen, the Lions are playing good. It's going to work out the way it's supposed to because Baltimore. Other teams might lose. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson being out. Oh boy, was 1-5 last year without him. And they say in 2 or 3 games, bro. That's a knee injury, bro. It's always going to be stronger than that. He runs a lot, so he's going to have to be at least 80% before you put him back in there because you could damage something else. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you never know what's going to happen with them.
And he might slow play it too. He's waiting for that bag right now. Psh, I'm not pushing it if I was him. Right?
Nah, I wouldn't. I mean, because one injury. Listen, look at he's
one injury could cost him $300 million.
Not playing no more. You feel me?
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
Facts.
I mean, just focusing on the game, the task at hand here, I think the Jets, I really do think they got the Bills' number. And I mean, if you told me 10 years ago that we were going to sweep the Bills and get swept by the Patriots, I wouldn't have been surprised. But, let's hope for the best.
What is happening today? We have the Bills number. We should beat Buffalo. We're the better. I love all the positivity. I'm not counting the Jets out of this game, but there's a reason that the Bills have been doing it year after year after year for the past, 4 or 5 years now.
True indeed. But listen, Prime Time, they got a lot of injuries on defense, bro. And that's been their main catalyst that got them over everything. I understand Josh Allen does a lot. He's probably one of the best top 3 quarterbacks in the league. But I'm just saying, with our defense, I think we can't stop them. We can contain them a little bit. But now we can score. Before they would score and we couldn't do shit to score. Now that we have an opportunity to put up points, we can. You know what I'm saying? We can go blow for blow with them. You know what I'm saying? That's why I think we have an opportunity to really win this game.
Yeah. Anything else, Random Man or Math Man?
No. Go Jets. I got some papers to write. I'll see you guys. Have a good
night. Get to work. Get to work.
What are your papers on? What are you writing about?
That's a good question.
I see you've done a lot of work to prepare.
Man, when did I see you again? I'm gonna call Pop.
When is the paper due? When is the paper due?
Sunday. But I don't want to work Sunday.
Who has a due date on Sunday?
Don't ask me.
Yeah, you gotta talk to that professor.
But knock it out, man. Take care of it, bro.
All right, man. Good night. Have a good night.
Have a good one, bro. Absolutely. Yeah, him and his pop was so cool, bro. Real talk.
That was funny. All right, next up, old reliable, Mr. Crickets. Joe Mo, you're muted.
You're on mute, Joe Mo. Take your mute off.
What's up, guys?
Joe Mo.
What's going on? How you doing?
Nothing much. So I rewatched that game yesterday, just the highlights, not like the whole game. And I came away with like one thought. Like, we're fucking legit. Like, this team is fucking good, can compete with any team out there. What's up, Elmo? I don't know if you're out there. But yeah, man, we're a good fucking team. Mike White is the guy. I agree with Joe Cat and Dan over there. I mean, what else can you say? That second half was incredible. A couple plays go our way, and we win that game. Corey Davis had a chance to take it to the house on that 4th and 10 catch, but he decides to literally run into a defender, which was pretty cool. But
Garrett Wilson barely stepping out of bounds. Everything
barely
just went
stepping
wrong
out of bounds. Yeah, there's so many little things, and I've been saying it all year. This team, Matt LaFleur, hates to run the goddamn ball in short yardage situations, and I don't know when he's going to learn. I mean, you're on the 1 yard line. Like,
Do you think some of
The
that's just
QB
like all the
sneak worked
reinforcements on
once,
the
why not?
O-line? Not the
What's that?
QB sneak was what they should have did. I'm looking at more of
worked
like the
once.
short yardage stuff without AVT, no Brees Hall. I feel like that might be a little bit different if those guys were out
I
there.
don't-
He'd have a little bit more confidence in just grounding and pounding in those short yardage.
I mean,
situations.
But the
Zonovan
left
Knight was
side-
breaking
the left-
tackles like, and
Oh, he
Mike
was. He
White.
was.
I
And the
mean,
left
we already
side-
had a touchdown
the
on
left
the
side
QB
is our
sneak.
The left side is
And
our
that-
strength, man. So why not run the ball
Yeah.
over there? Why not put Exama over there to help block it? Why not put a fullback in the back, bro? You know what I'm saying?
I completely agree with it. You got that one.
I think.
Yo, that's a good
I
one.
think
Yo, I like
that,
that. That was a good one, yo. For real.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Uh,
Our offensive line is pretty healthy though, and it's a pretty damn good offensive line. I mean, Nate Herbig ain't no slouch.
That's the
Tomlinson
problem.
is our fucking highest paid guy. Fant is another guy who gets paid a lot. Dwayne Brown gets paid. I mean, that offensive line it's great. Why don't you like? I don't know. I think I think LaFleur was legitimately trying to make this kid look like the savior, and I just think that's the way the play calls were going. I think it's something about. I mean, the team is already bought in, but like, I think they're trying to get him like. I don't know. I can't think of anything else. You run the ball in that situation. Every other team in the league does it. You got a 6'4", 6'5" quarterback. Fucking QB sneak it. You're at the 1 yard line. It made no sense. I literally think he was just trying to blow smoke up his ass. I don't know, make him the superstar type of thing. But it's rough. But I do think he is that guy. Like, I'm one of the believers. Like, and I was a huge Zach guy.
What's your confidence level in him bouncing back before Buffalo?
I mean, I think he bounced back in that second half. I think the whole team played their asses off. They know they deserve that win. A couple plays go our way, and we do get that win. I mean, I think we go into Buffalo with the ultimate confidence. You know, these guys are going to be rewatching that game. Like, they're going to go in with ultimate confidence. And mark my words, I think we're going to blow the doors off of Buffalo. I think we have a recipe to stop them.
Yo.
A lot of confidence.
And I think we've shown it once. And I think if we had Mike White in instead of Zach Wilson, he would have definitely thrown for more than 120 yards, whatever the fuck Zach threw for that week.
150.
But
150, Jomo. 150.
yeah, I mean, I really think we're gonna blow the doors off him. I do. I think DJ Reed, you know, I think he's got something to prove now that he allowed Justin Jefferson to score a touchdown. You know, I don't know if you guys saw that Twitter beef. But
yeah, I saw that.
I think that meant something to
I
him.
think they all have something to prove. Like, they all looked at that game
absolutely.
as a winnable game that they should have won. That
Yep.
they were the better team and they kind of let it get away. And that's like becoming
really
the standard
were.
now. Like, the bar is actually starting to get raised week by week, where like this team
It is.
expects to win. They expect to play better.
No.
What's your biggest concern, Jomo, going into Buffalo?
Running the ball more. I'd like to see that. But I mean, on the defense, LaMarcus Joyner's a liability. So at this point, I'd rather see Ashton Davis in there. But
Isn't he hurt right now?
yeah, I
he's
think
hurt.
he
He's
had
hurt.
he was out last week. But I'm just
he's
saying,
hurt.
like, my confidence level in Joyner is so low that, like, fucking put anybody in
Yeah,
there. He can't tackle, can't cover.
That cover play, that cover play, that was a blown assignment. That was on him, bro. Because you saw White drop down. That was him to cover. And the last post you put up about playing Huff more, I think you really use a guy like Huff in this game against Buffalo.
Every time he's out there, he's making an impact.
Absolutely. Yeah, exactly. And I think that, you know what I'm saying, I know you want to set the edge, but you don't want Josh Allen running. But if he's going to run, you need a guy like Johnson and Huff in there who can run his ass down. You know what I'm saying? That's just the most important thing.
Has this D-line been figured out? Last 2 games, only 1 sack each game. It kind of slowed down a little bit, or was it just the production was so good?
Good question.
No,
Go ahead.
I don't think so, Jomo. I think that, listen, and I'm going to say this right here. And if you don't understand what Quinn is going through, which I didn't think was going to happen as much, Quinn has been getting double teamed every single
And he's
fucking
still
play.
eating. I'm not worried about him.
Still eating. Still 9 sacks. No, but listen, That was Rankin's first game back. The one
Yeah.
person that shocks me on the D line is I'm gonna say Lawson. Like I expected so much more from him,
I agree.
and to me, he doesn't have a lot of pass rush move. He's more of a bull rush type of guy, and then get there. I see more from Johnson and Huff than I do from him, and that's weird though, bro.
Yeah.
Or Franklin Myers as well. I like the fact that they kicking Franklin Myers on the inside too when they bring
They're
Huff on
moving
that
him
side.
around.
That's
Yeah.
that's a dangerous combination, yo.
It seems
Absolutely.
it seems like every game Lawson will make like 1 or 2 plays, but then you don't really
Yeah.
see much of him the rest of the
You
game.
don't see
He
him
don't
throughout
he
the
don't
game
he don't dominate.
until the
He
fourth
doesn't
quarter.
he doesn't dominate like we thought he would. I mean, listen, he
Yeah.
gets to the quarterback a lot, but you just don't. He doesn't dominate the way you would expect him to, man. And I don't know if he's still just coming
For
back
sure.
from that. Yeah, he got 6 sacks though, bro. You got to
6
put. You know
sacks,
what,
5
bro?
more
I ain't
games. So I
even.
mean, for
I
15
I
million,
ain't
are we
even
okay
gonna.
with like 9, 10 sacks? You know,
Yes, because we've never had that
I'm
if
okay
before.
with
he's
9 or 10,
So
but is
if
he
he's
gonna get
getting in the
that?
I
backfield
mean,
like consistently and like disrupting plays, yeah. Like for me,
Yeah.
there's too many gaps in between like the big plays and where
well,
he's
I
disrupting guys. But
I'm gonna
he's
tell you
been
this
good.
though.
I don't think he's been bad, just
If
not up to the contract.
if you don't see what Quinnen is doing, he's getting double teamed, bro, and got 9 sacks, bro. That shit is unfucking
Yeah,
hurt.
that's
He is playing,
especially
bro.
on the
Listen,
interior too.
he is
That's
playing at an
incredible.
elite level, bro. Like
Yeah.
there is nobody in the league playing like him right now, bro. You got, bro. You got to like give it, bro. This is like he's been getting double teamed his whole career, but now he's like, yo, I don't even care about your double team. It don't matter. I'm still getting there. So I
Yeah,
love this
he's
D line, bro. I do. I think
dude,
I think
he's really a hell of a player. He's gonna command that crazy contract. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna franchise him or if we're gonna give him. I would like to give him that extension because it's only gonna go up.
pay that
But
man, bro.
he's a
Pay that
great
man,
player. I
bro.
think he's earned it.
Pay that man.
Pay
Pay
that
that
man,
man.
yeah.
Yo, him,
But
and he's still young. He's what, 25?
24, I
yeah,
think.
he just turned 25.
He just turned
24?
25.
Oh,
Yeah.
so listen, he ain't even in his prime yet, bro. He ain't even in his
No,
prime.
he's just getting there.
Yo,
This is
it's
his first
crazy.
season, man.
It's
This is his
crazy.
first season where he's really like completely dominant. Like,
And JT has
and it's
a
fucking
good
great
comment
to
here.
see.
I don't
Yep.
understand why they don't blitz a little bit more. I understand like Saleh is a big
Yep.
believer in playing coverage and covering teams to death, but like the sauce blitz, he was there in a second. Like they had the one play against Miami where they had
Yeah.
it should have been a safety to start the game. Like
Yeah.
that should be
the sauce blitz.
yeah.
Bro,
Like that should
listen,
be more a part of the defense. I
that,
feel like just exotic
prime time.
blitzes, changing it up a little bit.
Right.
That's why we lost. That's why we lost Cincinnati because you listen. You can't allow a guy like listen. When you're not getting there with 4, mix it up and send a blitz. I think that right there, you throw those guys off their spots, and I think that's how you
And
create mismatches. I think they like the fact that they can drop 7 in coverage and make you beat them that way. But we have shut down corners the way you have. But I think the real problem is prime time. They're not comfortable with the safeties as much as they're letting on. I think they're
that
cool with Whitehead, but
the
I just think
the other
Joyner isn't the safety they like as much.
the other point I was going to bring up is it seems like the officials now are starting to watch a little bit more for some of the jersey grabs and things like that because Sauce had one,
Because
Reed
they're
had one.
complaining. They're
Well, receivers are
complaining.
complaining,
Listen,
and our
they're
secondary is dominant
complaining.
right now. So yeah, like
Don't get me
receivers are going to
started on
talk.
the
complaining.
refs,
Refs are going to
man.
start looking at it a little bit more. Yeah,
There
of
were
course, they
so
call
many
that shit on
calls
us. They
on
missed
our
on
end.
Mims. Yeah,
They missed
But
the,
see, why
the
is it?
fucking
Why is
Corey
it?
Davis.
Why?
The Corey Davis interception
Oh,
was a pass
you saw that?
interference.
You
Blatant.
Jomo? You saw that?
Dude, he was
Jomo,
getting
you saw the
tackled.
clip of that, Jomo?
Yeah.
Joe, you saw the clip of that? Dude, prime time. Dude, arms was around him before the
He was
ball got there,
tackling
bro.
his ass.
Yeah,
It was
it's
ridiculous.
crazy.
The refs were, I don't even, like, everybody was saying it in the chat and shit, and we always say it, but like, it seemed like in the first half the refs were really out to
We
get us. Like, I
never
don't
get calls,
understand
bro.
it.
definitely
Makes no
felt that way.
sense.
But
But
Jomo, I do
how's
got a
about?
question,
Oh, here we
Jomo.
go.
And there we go.
Here we go. There we
There we
go.
got it.
Right
I
on
do got a
cue.
How's
question,
about?
Jomo.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you think about Greg the Leg, man? Ain't nobody talking
He
about
doesn't
my
get enough
man
love.
Greg the Leg, bro.
Bro,
Yo, what was that? 60 what?
Legatron. He's
60, I
amazing.
think.
What,
60-yard
what was
dude,
that? Yo,
Franchise
he
record.
bombed that.
bro.
He
And
bombed that shit
I
too,
had
bro.
confidence in it too. I honestly, I don't doubt that guy. I really don't. Like that first game against the Ravens, I think he missed 2 or something. And I think that was just all rain, whatever was going on that
Hey,
day, because
listen.
Braden Mann was horrible on special teams too. But like, dude, he's
You know
like,
what's crazy?
he's amazing. He's awesome.
You know what's crazy?
What's that?
Best special team coach in the history of the NFL. Every field goal kicker he
Not
gets,
not
he
not better
fixes them,
not
bro.
better than Mike
You notice
Westhoff.
that?
Not better than Mike
Yo,
Westhoff.
listen, I love Westhoff.
That guy was the
Listen,
goat. That guy
I
was the
love,
goat.
I love Mike because his personality was just so warm and loving, and
He took no
he's always open for a conversation. Yo, he was a stand-up guy. Yo, did you see the comments he said about Zach?
He was a no-nonsense guy, too, when he was a coach.
Yo, but did you see the comments he said about Zach, though? He was like, when I first met Zach.
Jamarcus Russell, not Zach.
No, we're not doing that. Let's be nice.
Okay, Jamarcus Russell, where's number 2 for the Jets? My bad. But he said he went up there and tried to talk to him and tell him old stories about Dan Marino. He said most young guys love that. He said, yo, the kid was like, yo, he didn't care. It wasn't important to him. You know what I'm saying? He was like, yo, he said, I kind of took that as he's a smug asshole. That's exactly what he said on one of them shows, bro. So that speaks volume when other people see that. You know what I mean?
I didn't hear that.
Hey, really quick, back to
Twitter.
what Joe Cat was saying about the beginning of the season, why we didn't start White over Flacco. I think they were trying to get Mike White to win the job in preseason, and he just kind of didn't. That's my personal opinion.
He didn't play well in preseason at all. Yeah.
No, he really did. Strevler was the guy lighting it up.
Yep.
You know, and that's why
I think also just to start the year, you go with the veteran. He knows the offense a little bit more.
Yeah. But that just popped up in my head for whatever reason.
Nah,
but,
I mean, listen, Jomo, how do you feel about Mike freaking White, yo? Tell me how you really feel about him, Jomo.
Come on. I mean, in all seriousness, like he's got over half the yardage that Zach has through how many 6 games in 2 games. That's my first little tidbit there. And second of all, like just the team fucking loves him. Like you cannot take this kid out and expect this team to rally around Zach like he earned it, like because he didn't. And just the way this kid is playing, you can't take him out. You can't. I haven't seen a quarterback play like this in I don't even know. Like I don't even think ever. I don't think ever for this team. To be completely honest, 2 games in a row, baby. Like 2 games in a row over 300 yards, bringing us back, killing a team first, and then coming back against one of the best teams in the league. Like, what more does he have to prove to everybody? He's earned the job. Unless, like, I don't even know, like a fucking 5, God forbid, knock on wood, but like 5 interception game this week. But
it's got to be multiple bad games for me, at least. It's got to be multiple bad games and really bad.
Dude, he's just been so good.
His too good have been far better than anything we've seen this year from Zach. So
and
absolutely.
For everybody,
that's the
like,
whole point.
oh, yeah. And honestly, bro, with all the drop passes, could you imagine the Zach fanboys like, oh, all the receivers let him down, blah, 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 blah. Nobody's talking about that, though. I haven't heard one person tonight say how many passes were dropped on Sunday. Like, it was unbelievable. It's got to be double digits. Tyler Conklin.
Conklin had 2. There was at least like 3 others that were off fingertips. That could have
Davis had about 3.
That one.
Yo, Davis about 3. Hey, but listen though, it was that. But Joe, what's the question though? How many players would Zach overthrown? That'd have been the real question.
Bro, he can't even throw down a check down. He fucking threw it 10 fucking feet over Braxton Berrios' head.
Did you hear what they said about Mike White's check down plays? They say, yo, he puts the ball where the receiver or the back can catch it and still run. You know what I'm saying?
That's why
yo,
Donovan Knight gets 10 yards every time he touches the ball.
Perfect placement.
He's a fucking baller, bro. I said it in the comments earlier. Dude, I think he is like a better UDFA signing than fucking Robbie, than any of these guys that I can remember. Like the fucking burst he has, like he reminds me, and my brother said this, he reminds me of Aaron Jones a little bit. Long strides, just like getting downhill, fucking north and south. And
I like the comparisons to Sean Green.
Huh?
Yeah. I like the comparisons to Sean Green. Especially again,
I think he's
quicker, coming
though.
in here in November, early December. Green was pretty quick early in his career. His first 2 years, and then he kind of slowed up a little bit.
Kind of reminds me of Jones, just that solid run. He just
Thomas
runs
Jones,
tall. Yeah, he runs tall and just.
Thomas Jones didn't really have the speed. He was more just like physical power inside the tackles.
Exactly, but he runs up like that. You know what I'm saying? Bam runs high, yo. You know, and then he
runs
slow.
high.
I love
he's never
shit,
going
bro.
side to side, dude. He's always going
exactly.
Fucking,
and he gives it before he gives the lick before he takes a lick, and I respect that, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Jomo, great talking to you, man. As always.
Thank you guys for the fucking fundraiser. That was awesome. You guys are always doing great things. Love seeing it. Love supporting it. And thank you guys for everything. You guys are the best.
No, thank you for getting involved with it. Really appreciate it, man.
Hey, anytime, guys.
Have a good night. All right. right, so we got a few more calls to get to. Next up, we got Charles.
Hello, Elmo. Hello, Big Bird. Hello, Cookie Monster. Hello, Sesame Street, and everybody here on the live stream. How's everybody doing?
How come Christy doesn't get a special shout anymore?
Well, I haven't seen her on the chat lately.
Okay. She's there.
Yeah, she's there. I said Christy. She had her earlier. What's going
Oh,
on,
hi,
Charles? What do you
Christy.
think,
I didn't
man?
see you there.
So what's going on, man?
How you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Doing all right,
Pretty
bro. How
good.
you doing, man? How you feeling about the game?
I mean, I did get a bit crazy. Daniel, thank you very much for the huge shout out. I'm not gonna lie though. The first half was brutal. I mean, I don't hate like Mike LaFleur like a lot of Jet fans do, but I think he needs to be more consistent and be more intelligent and competent with the play calling. Hi, Balls. God, we got guys named Balls on here. Anyway,
Ignore the chat. Stay focused.
I'm sorry.
Focus.
You're good.
I have OCD. I'm
It's all
sorry.
good, man. It's all good.
Good, man.
I mean, I gotta say this though. To me, the player of the game to me was Greg Zuerlein. I mean, he kicked a 60-yard field goal. That's a franchise record. I didn't even know that. I'm sure the Jets kicked 60 yarders. No, they never did until Greg Zuerlein came into the picture.
I mean, it would have been nice if if they didn't have to rely on him to kick as many field goals as they did. But
I completely agree. But if Greg, I mean, let me think of something to say before I make myself look like an idiot.
You're good.
I mean, Greg Zuerlein, I definitely agree we shouldn't have to rely on Zuerlein, but the fact that he was counted on to give us points, obviously you want touchdowns. You win with touchdowns, not with field goals. But the fact that this dude, when his number was called, he responded well, shows to me this guy wants to fucking play in this league, wants to play for this team. Sorry, Mom. My mom's getting ready for bed.
Nah, Charles, listen, you're good. Now I understand what you're saying, Charles. You're saying basically that he didn't miss a field goal, so he stepped up and made.
I think he's missed 4 this year. I think he's missed 4.
Yeah, he's
Nah,
like
I'm
23
talking
or
about
27.
but I'm talking about last game. You know what I'm saying? That he didn't miss any field goals. So when his number was called, he stepped out. So Charles, let me ask you a real question. How you feel about the defense in the first half?
The defense pissed me the fuck off. I mean, excuse my language, Mom. It pissed me the fuck off. They weren't tackling anybody. They weren't pressuring anybody. They were letting Justin Jefferson. I mean, Justin Jefferson's a great receiver. I'm a huge Justin Jefferson fan. I think he's the best receiver in the game today. But, Kirk Cousins, who I'm not a big fan of. I've never was a big fan of Kirk Cousins.
This is the best fucking show. If you don't like this show, I want to know why. If this ain't your favorite podcast, I want to know why. This is crazy.
Yeah, my mom does need her sleep, Elmo.
Man.
But
Chat is killing me right now. Holy shit.
I know
That's
they're killing me,
bro. I
too.
can't.
Oh, you're good. You're good, man. What's your confidence level
um,
going into Buffalo so you can get to dinner?
I'm very confident because we beat them the last time. I understand they were missing some players, but we still beat Buffalo. Like, when is it? Like, I'm sick of. Like Tyson said this earlier. Why won't people give the Jets credit when credit is due? They beat Buffalo. Yeah, they were missing some dudes, but ever heard of that next man up mentality? You got it. As Herman Edwards once said when he was the head coach of the Jets, you play to win the game. It doesn't matter who you're on the field. You play.
This is the best job ever, bro. I love
this might be call of the week.
Oh my
Chat
God,
wants to know: are you rooting for
ever.
Buffalo this week?
No, I'm rooting. Because I rooted for the Bills against the Lions.
The chat never
like
forgets,
them.
man. You should know that
first
by
and
now.
foremost, I'm a huge fan of their quarterback and their coach. I think he's I think Josh Allen's an amazing player, and I think Sean McDermott's a good coach. But when they're playing the Jets, of course I'm rooting the Jets. That's my team. I've been a fan of this team since my teen years. This is my freshman year of high school.
That's awesome, man. Charles, thank you for joining us. Great call as always.
Have a great night, bro.
You too, man.
Yo, I need that.
Have a good night. Dude. That was great.
Yo, I love this fucking show, bro. I love this show.
I couldn't keep it together with the chat. I was trying not to look.
God, I'm glad you stopped posting it, bro. I couldn't do it, bro. When he was like, "All right, Mom," I was done.
I think she said dinner was ready.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Oh
man.
my God! Yo.
All right,
This
next
ain't your
up,
favorite.
old reliable,
Oh,
Mr. Afram, voice of
the
positivity.
voice of reason.
Good evening,
Ear
gentlemen. How's
of
everyone?
the Jets.
Good, man. How are
How
you?
you doing, son?
I'm good. A little tired today, but it's good. Hello, Elmo. Where's Elmo? Hello. My favorite highballs.
There you go.
To Dan, good luck with Argentina. Hi, Elmo. Hello, balls.
So, what were your thoughts on the game?
Disappointing because we were truly the best team on that field.
Yep.
It's
In
just
between the 20s, definitely. Red zone.
yeah. I mean, we moved the ball. We moved the ball quite well through passing. We missed a couple of drops. The pass that slightly just went over Garrett Wilson's head.
Oh man.
That would have been,
Beautiful.
definitely close to a touchdown. He had the defender coming up behind him, but still, yeah. And we still had chances. That's the thing that gets me. Even with the even when we didn't get the last, we squeaked the last touchdown, and we still got the ball back. Our defense was good, but everyone's got Minnesota's not 10-2 for no reason either. So let's get credit where credit's due. You didn't play a 4-5, a 4-6 team either.
And that's why I wasn't pissed off after the game. I mean,
Right,
like, it was frustrating. You felt like you should have won it, but the Vikings are a good team. Road game. They bounced back.
Well,
they
that's
competed.
the thing. We're not afraid. We went into hostile environments all year, and there's been no fear whatsoever. So, I think they have that mentality. They don't have the mentality of we're going to lose this game. Every game is a win. They made the adjustments.
There are only 2 losses on the road all year. They were 1 play away from winning each game. The Patriots and Vikings.
They're a strong team and they're a resilient team, and so they'll see what's going on. I'm sure Salah had a talk with LaFleur and say, hey, let's figure some things out. 6. If only 2 of those 6 we got into touchdowns instead of field goals,
it'd been a blowout, right?
It's ours. It's ours. We win it.
And you know what's crazy? We didn't punt in the whole second half, and that's the craziest part about it. But
the last 6 drives they didn't punt.
Do you think? And I said this to everybody. Like you're talking, I really want your opinion about it. That first half, the way our defense played, I knew it shocked you, but what do you think the problem was with that? Because I can't figure out what was causing them to play like that.
Well, I think when you battle someone, you want to see what kind of how they're going to attack you, right? So you're not sure what's going to happen, so you're going to end up giving yardage, right? And then you hope to make the adjustments, during the game to counter it. You don't know. They're good offensive coordinator too. They put up points. We all knew that. So unfortunately, we just weren't getting we got a lot of bad calls in that first half. It was a lot of bad, and plays were extended because of that, because our defense. But let me tell you, Cousins gets the ball out fast.
He does.
That's why he didn't get sacks. But he took a pounding a couple of times, and he was walking out on 4th down.
Wincing.
Wincing like a I don't want to say the word, but MF. He was wincing bad. You could see it. I was surprised he came back in. So he was getting hit. But it's like, you watch that game, you think the game was over, and all of a sudden they just right back down that makes the play. He throws that ball between 2 defenders and hits Davis. Like it was such an accurate throw. Hey, listen, he had an off day as well. He had an slightly off day, and he still got 300 yards. So
bingo.
A
major difference between Zach Wilson's off day when you're under 50% completions and barely 100 yards.
This is what I want to ask the voice of reason though, because I know that you're going to give a true perspective of this. Like,
what is that?
Who gives the Jets the best chance of winning?
The one who's productive. It's bottom line. I don't care who's taking the ball. The one who's the most productive. I cheer the team. I don't, not the play. The only one play I've ever rooted for all the time was Klecko, because I grew up with him, and he never disappointed me. So But listen, it's a team sport. You can't do this without the other 10 guys, right?
Yep.
Everyone talks about how great what's his and the Bears Justin Fields is if he had how well the Bears would play if they had talent. Well, we have a quarterback that had talent, and he did nothing with it. So, and we got a backup who sees the talent and uses to the best of his abilities. He's making the most out of his chances right now.
Yep, it's important too.
Do you
Like
think
that
he
the locker
deserves a
room
chance
sees it.
though?
Good.
No, but do you think he deserves a chance to come in if he finishes the season off the way he has to come in this year and compete for a starting position?
Absolutely, everyone has a chance to compete for starting position. Nobody's given that. Salah's shown no one. It gets the. It's a given anymore. And I'm sure a lot of it comes from upper management because I'm sure Woody had something to say. He wants to sell seats. I want my number 2 draft pick, and people got to also realize reality is you can't worry about what your friends say because your friends say Zach sucks, your team can't pick a quarterback, or or you play him in fantasy. You got to worry about your team. Winning solves everything. Okay, because when you're holding up that trophy, no one gives a shit who's the quarterback at the time. Okay, because everyone wins at that point. So don't worry about who's the quarterback. Worry about winning. That's it. You got 3 running backs. No one's complaining about 3 running backs in the backfield either, right?
Nope.
You have how many receivers? No one's complaining about how many receivers you have. You use whatever you have on that team to win, whatever it takes. That's the bottom line.
What's your confidence level getting a win in Buffalo?
I think they'll play well. I'm not going to predict anything, to be honest with you, but I don't think they're afraid going in there. They beat them once. I don't think that crowd could be cheering left and right. They had the same thing in Green Bay. They had the same thing in Minnesota, which was loud, and they played. They were, they can shut down any team if they play together and well and smart, and that's the bottom line. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
One last good question. What's going to be our record for the end of the season? Are we still year of the Jets, baby?
No, it's always the year of the Jets. I still think we do 10-7. Hopefully, we can hit 11.
Yes, sir.
Let's
see.
I think you're going to be spot on with that 10-win prediction.
Yeah,
I'd like to say 11, but.
And you know what's so crazy? Everybody thought you was crazy when you said that, and you just sat back and didn't say much. You was calm, and this is the guy right here who called it.
Even if I didn't make that
August,
statement, people still think I'm crazy. So that's a different story.
But listen.
But if they beat Buffalo, that 11 is
very possible.
It's doable. Yeah, it's doable.
It's there.
Doable.
So
I would expect 11 if they beat Buffalo.
Yeah,
go 3 out of 4.
Even if they play wild card. If they're winning, you want to just go straight into the next week and start playing.
Yes, sir.
And this team doesn't hurt somebody. And this team is not afraid down the road. Let's be honest; they're not afraid down the road. They
have a defense that travels. Absolutely.
That's it. They all these guys talk about winning, and they're pissed when they lose. They don't settle. There you go, Dan. Dan is 12
and 5, baby.
Dan wants it all. I don't blame him. But listen.
Last question before we let you go. What's going on with the Rangers right now?
There's no chemistry right now. I don't know what it is. A lot of people want to blame Gallant, but the defense, they're soft. They're playing soft, and they're not as fast as they were last year. And I don't know why. What key players left from last year to this year that really changed anything? And quite frankly, Gallant needs to just put Lafreniere and Kako. You see what the Devils are doing. They're playing all the young guys and they're playing together and they took some heat. But I think last year was unexpected, and now they're trying to duplicate what happened last year. All right,
That's a good point with the kids too, because they had a lot of success with that line in the
play
playoffs.
the kids, play
Heedle
the
and
kids.
Lafreniere and
Yeah,
Caddo,
I mean,
so.
Heedle's hurt again, but you got to play the youth. The youth, you see it in football. Our youth is like playing like out of control. They're making plays. No one expected this. Major day they could have.
Yeah, right.
You know, they
Mike
need
White,
something.
baby.
I'll take a wild card. I just want to
Hell
continue
yeah.
watching football. I want
just
my
wanna get
team
to
to
playoffs,
keep
man.
playing.
Yep.
Exactly.
I want to go
Just
to a
keep
playoff
playing.
game, bro. That's when we go to a playoff game.
That would be sweet. That would be
Yes, sir.
sweet. I wish we could
Yes,
host.
sir.
I wish we could host the game, but
Woo!
20 years, man. 20 years.
but you know something.
God.
If long as we keep winning, I can settle with not having a game at home. But eventually, if this team stays,
We'll settle for
close-
making the playoffs.
exactly.
Yes, sir.
And then next year they'll come in, and a lot of people are going to be worried about them. I can tell you that.
Yes,
And
sir.
we'll see what we get in the
Jets.
draft, and we see what we get on free agency. We'll just see what happens. But right now, this team is, the defense is gelling. Offense seems to be gelling more and more. I need that offensive line to gel a little bit more. We saw that Mitchell was getting beat, and that's why Fant came in. Fant made the stupid play. He shouldn't have even left the guy alone. You don't hit him in the back. Your back is facing you. What was the purpose of him pushing him? Just walk away from that.
He didn't even try to hold up.
Yeah. And everyone wants to, Zama got one pass. It was great. He did that. But let's be honest. He's in the backfield blocking because he has to. He's a big body, and he does well doing that. So, unfortunately,
I'd like to see a little more Ruckert involved.
He would. I would have him more maybe in the red zone, because I don't think he has the speed. He can catch, but I don't think he has the speed like the other guys do. I'm not sure about that.
I thought he was a little faster than Uzama. Maybe not as fast as Conklin, but
yeah,
he's
Conklin's
pretty
needs stickum. He needs sticking. He needs the jaw. He needs to just soak his hands
all
into
year. Drops, fumbles.
It's just, and the biggest thing with me is though, why doesn't he attack the seams though, bro? I thought getting these big tight ends, we would do a lot of stuff up the seam. He does not do that. All his throws are outside the numbers, bro. And that's hard, man. Like a team's gonna play those corners. You're not gonna have those. That's why we struggled in the first half as much as we did, is because they did that. That's when you attack the seam. And Minnesota's biggest problem was, you watch them against the Cowboys, they can't cover the back out the backfield. Why aren't you using that? This is obvious that linebackers cannot cover them.
I just think he just doesn't know if he feels he has the talent for that particular play. Or he knows.
Johnson,
yeah.
put Barrios back there. He's damn near in the
Corey
backfield all the time anyway.
Moore should be.
Elijah Moore. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, that's another thing too. They need to get Elijah Moore more involved, man. I think. Listen, you have a weapon like that. A couple times, probably he was open one time. He should have been a touchdown. He was by himself.
You got to confuse the defense. Yeah. And I don't know what's going on with the running back they picked up. Is he still hurt?
James Robinson?
Yeah.
He was healthy. He was out there for a couple snaps. I feel like Zonovan Knight a little bit more right now.
Yeah.
Fresh legs.
Fresh legs. And I think that Ty Johnson deserved a little bit more snaps or a little toss in the backfield. And they need to run some draw plays. Because they're all coming from the outside. Do a draw. That's what killed us.
Yes, sir.
That's what killed us. That was the big play that
that was the touchdown. Yeah, absolutely. Draw play. Absolutely.
Simple draw plays. You don't have to be that fancy. Let's be honest. He gets us to this point with some beautiful play calling, and then when he gets this much space left, it's like he doesn't know what to do. He
overthinks it, man. It's like he just doesn't keep it. He's like he tries to outsmart everybody and outsmart himself.
Run off tackle, run off between the guards. Do that. Do something. They're expecting a run, but I wish I could say I knew what was going on, but unfortunately, I could only go by what I see. But listen, they were the best team on that field, but unfortunately, we were one. We were one pass away from taking it. One pass from taking it, and unfortunately, if he had that more on the inside, it would have been. I think it would have been a touchdown. But unfortunately, listen, guys know what happened. They realize what happened, and I'm sure they're not going to make that same mistake. Twice.
Hopefully, a good learning experience going forward. So
exactly. Yes, hey, 2022, year of the Jets.
Year of the Jets.
Take care, guys. Be good.
Have a good night. Thanks for calling in, man.
Yes, sir.
All
And that's
right.
the calmest voice in the room. I just
All
want him to
right.
call me at night before I'm about to go to sleep and just be like, yo, just talk to me. So I can
That,
go to sleep
that'll
and
help
speak
with
to my
my
mind.
my sleep apnea. Absolutely. Just play
Yo, I'm
after these
telling you,
calls.
bro. He was,
Jimmy,
yo,
if you
just
want to hop on, just turn your camera on. Right now, I'm only seeing a gray screen. So we got 2 calls left, Jimmy and Jose. So if you want to hop on, just turn your
closer.
camera on.
Closer.
And also before we start to wrap up, Zach, if you're still in the chat, I don't think I received any messages from anybody else that joined the raffle about wanting to actually go. So the 2 options that I gave you, feel free to pick a winner from those 2, and I will let them know that the tickets are theirs. People are asking Afram if he's willing to shotgun a Coca-Cola or a Pepsi. Just make the playoffs.
Yeah, he'll probably do it slow too. Be like, look, his shot gonna be probably off. It'll probably just come out slow. It'll be like,
I think Afram would kill a shotgun. Actually, I think he would destroy it.
yo, that's
Yes,
my guy right
Mike
there.
T, you and R. Hoffman were the 2 people that reached out about wanting to actually go to the game. So I told Zach that you've never been to a game before. Hoffman, he's got a father-in-law that's a Bills fan that he wanted to take. So yeah, definitely just reach out with your contact info if you win. Zach, if you're in the chat, feel free to pick, and we will bring on the closer, Jose.
No, my
What is going on, man?
Hey!
Let me say hi to the chat real quick. Elmo, Bob, Christy, Afro, Jomo, and everyone else in the chat. Hello.
Your lights just went out.
No, they didn't.
There you go. Now you're back.
No, it didn't. I was just moving too much. I'm fine.
I got you.
How you guys doing?
Doing good,
little
man.
bro.
How are
you doing, man?
Seahawks rolling right now.
Yes, they are. Oh, you barely beat the Jets. I mean, beat the Rams.
That is going to be a big game for both teams when we play.
Yes.
We're going to be fighting on the stream that week. We are going to be fighting on the stream that week.
Nobody wants to hear Jose shit talking for a whole year.
Nope.
No way I'm dealing with that. Absolutely.
All right, so really quick, and I'll get back to you, Jose. Zach has chosen Mike T. So Mike T, just shoot me a message with your info, and I will transfer the tickets over to you. And thank you to everybody again that helped out and donated for the raffle. So really appreciate it.
Yo, man, congratulations, bro. Enjoy the game, bro. Hey, mad pictures too, bro. Mad pictures, man.
Yeah, you got to get his pictures. You got to get his video from the field. Absolutely, man.
Yes, sir, man.
Enjoy your first
that,
Jets game. And thank you again to Zach for doing that. Really appreciate it, man.
Enjoy that, bro. Love you, man. Good luck.
Good job, Zach.
That was dope, Zach.
Enjoy it, Mike.
So what you got, Jose?
Closer.
What do I got? Let's see. The first half of last Sunday was a shit show. To be nice.
Yes.
Pretty much.
Because Tyler Conklin can't catch to save his life. Unfortunately.
Right now, bro.
And everyone wanted to blame Mike White. Mike White putting the ball in the right places. The receiver just didn't make the catches in the first half. And that's why the Vikings won on Sunday. Unfortunately, why was DJ Reed on Justin Jefferson?
They were both on him. Sauce had like the.
Well, see, though, what it was, though? No, what it was is Jefferson travels, right, Jose?
Yep.
So, like, a lot of times he was on Reed's side. He was also on Carter, had him a couple times in the slot, and him and Sauce him. But it seemed like he was on that left side more, lined up with Reed more. So, but I mean, listen,
there was a stat before. I think Samini or somebody tweeted out that there was like 11 pass attempts where Sauce was still on him, 3 targets, like 2 catches. So
yeah,
he was moving around.
Right.
Like Sauce doesn't travel, and everybody wanted him to travel. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Reed, and I don't know if you saw the same thing I saw, but I think Reed held his own against him, man. I mean, you got to give him credit, man.
Oh, I give him credit, but I don't give LaFleur credit for not running it at the 1 yard line.
That's what kills me because like
Absolutely, bro.
LaFleur's been getting
Absolutely.
shitted on a lot. Like tonight, last night, I felt like he
Yeah, man.
pretty much called it a decent game, except for what we did in the red zone. You know, like they were moving the ball all game, especially in the second half. They didn't punt once on their last 6 drives.
On the first half was not good.
Yeah, the scripted plays have been a problem for a couple weeks, but
Hey, Jose, I got a question for you, bro.
Yes.
Yo,
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you ever. I know you love rap primetime, you too. You ever heard that verse from Fred the Godson when he was like, "Yo," he said, "Why throw it when you can lynch it?" When y'all was on the 1 yard line, and y'all threw the ball to give it to Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
That's how I feel right now. Like, why would you throw the ball when you could just run it up the gut, bro? That doesn't make any sense. It was crazy, bro. That was a bad whole sequence of a first on the 1 yard line. That's crazy.
And I was at the Seahawks Rams game. I just kept looking at.
Oh, you were there for that?
What?
You at the game?
At the Seahawks Rams? It was in LA.
Okay.
It was in LA. So I lived 10 minutes from the stadium. So I went, but I kept looking at the score. The Jets game, it just kept getting closer and closer. And I remember before I left the house, I heard PT say, "Watch us come back and win." And when I saw the Jets were at the 1 yard line, I'm like, oh my God, PT gonna be right about something for once.
I was so upset because literally before that last drive, I think I even said it, like, this is going to be known as the drive, like going back to John Elway, like, you know, his drive against the Browns in the playoffs, like, you know, he's famous for that. This was going to be Mike White's drive. And then he took that 3rd down shot, got up, barely breathing, makes a 4th and 10 throw, like a dart to Corey Davis. I'm like, this is it. Like, this is it. This is the drive. This is the guy. And we stall 1 yard short. So we're getting some requests for a Mike White rap battle.
What? Mike White.
I might actually entertain that. If the Jets beat Buffalo, I will come up with a Mike White rap.
All right, you do
a Mike effing White rap. If the Jets beat Buffalo.
Effing White, baby.
I
want the shirt though. I love it. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, the shirts are fire.
Are you ready for Thursday?
I am ready for Thursday, brother. Yes, I am.
Wait. Hold on.
Yes.
He didn't go on last week?
No.
No, I'm coming on Thursday. I am on with Jose.
What happened last week?
This Thursday. Huh?
Wait, we had Thursday, we had Friday, we had Saturday last week. What happened?
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, sir, why are you in our business? Me and my bro already worked that out.
You told me to chop the clip.
You over there asking questions?
You told me to chop the clip. It's a done deal. You got his back Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It was 3 days.
The contract was signed. But you know what I'm saying? We had to switch it up. So you know what I'm saying? I reached out to bro. Told bro my bad. I'm good for Thursday or Friday. Bro said, yo, he got
Jose.
me. So it's gonna be
if Tyrone big times you again and doesn't show up this Thursday, you can have that spot in the corner on Monday night next week. All right?
See, now he's not gonna. Jose, this is prime time. Now he's not gonna answer my link. Now he ain't even talk to me. There, you already know what's going on. He gonna one up me, boy. He gonna big time me. Nah, I reached out. I'd already reached out to bro. Told bro I got him.
Yes.
Yeah, I reached out to bro. I told bro he got me.
Who want to entertainment with me and Tyrone? Come to my channel, Seahawks. Jose Rodriguez on Thursday night.
Definitely check it out.
Absolutely.
Seahawks Jose Rodriguez on YouTube.
Yes, sir.
What's your subscriber count at now? You getting to 1,000?
600.
75.
$675. We got to get you to at least.
Yo,
We got to
that's
get
what
you
it
at least
is, bro.
700 by the new year.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, we got to get to 10,000, bro. We like 70 away.
We're
Let's
getting
get
there.
that junk done.
I
Let's
don't,
get it.
honestly, like
Jose,
after this
get you to
Sunday,
1,000.
I don't
Let's
even
get it.
like being real for a second. Like I don't even care about subscribers after the Sunday. Just like seeing all the outpouring of support with like the fundraisers and the raffles and just like the community that we got
You
here.
know,
I don't even care how many more people like join it. Obviously, we appreciate all the support, but what we got here, like it's family. You guys are awesome to us, so we really appreciate
you know
that.
what's so crazy though, man? Like, listen, this is one of the best shows ever, bro. Like the chat, the callers, the people that call in, the people that love this, you know, the things that we do, you know what I'm saying? It's just a lot of good stuff. So, love the show, bro. I love y'all, man. And thank
Coming
you.
from a Seahawks, this channel, this crazy chat area has become one big giant family.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Absolutely, bro.
guys.
Family over
I love
everything,
you
baby.
guys.
Love you,
Tyrone,
bro.
see you
Thursday, baby. You already know what it is, baby. Thursday, we up,
Let
baby.
me know if he doesn't show
You
up,
already
man.
know.
All
We
right.
up, baby. Thursday, baby. I got him, baby. We up
All right.
Thursday. We on.
All right, guys.
It's my bro.
All
Have a
right,
good
man.
All right, bro.
night.
Love you,
You
man.
too, bro. Love you, bro. Have a good night.
Love you too.
Yeah.
All right, so that is going to do it. Yeah, we will definitely have a call-in show, or we might actually do like an in-person, like meet up at a restaurant or bar or something, get drunk. If it's a road game, maybe we could even do it like on a Sunday. But we'll definitely figure something out once we hit 10K. Thank you guys again for all the support. Really appreciate it.
Love y'all, man.
Mike T, make sure you reach out so I can send you those tickets, and we'll talk to you guys probably Friday. Maybe we'll do a preview show.
Yes, do a preview show Friday.
You down? All right, we'll do a preview show Friday.
Cool.
Talk to you guys then.
Just up.